be the one that set the West in flames. And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Why you had the stupidest verse? Let's do this the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots. His stocks through the roof. I heard him with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
Call him Ryan, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike. Got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's the type women wanna be within rappers. Hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, this is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He don't think it's a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth that doesn't stand for an acronym? No, he's leaving proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best. Dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note, he writes every line. And I've seen him at work when that light goes on in his mind. It's like a design is written in his head every time before he even touches the key or speaks in a rhyme. And those other fellas he runs with, the kids that he signed, ridiculous, without even trying. How do they do it? 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated.
Coverage of the SEC spring meetings at the Sandusky Hilton in Sandusky, Florida is presented by Blackman Auctions. For over 80 years, better auctions have always been Blackman Auctions. And in part by Bet Saracen. Bet local in Arkansas with the only local sports book, Bet Saracen.
Third-party name, image, and likeness activity wasn't a House settlement outcome. That was a state law outcome. And so I do think there's sometimes an error in understanding the why. So if we hadn't resolved the House case or that hadn't been authorized, you'd still have third-party name, image, and likeness activity. There'd just be no oversight. So now there's oversight. Whenever there's oversight, there will be complaints. Right? Can we agree? Like whenever there's oversight. I think we even got complaints about automatic balls and strikes. And that's pretty well defined. And so to kind of tie your question together, yeah, is there frustration? Sure. But there's innovation that's taken place. There is oversight. There are imperfections. And we're going to work to try to help address those imperfections. Are people committed to it? They're part of this process. And I think Ross reported a bunch of numbers that show, yeah, our folks are committed to it, unlike maybe some others, as this information is being reported. And we've encouraged them to continue along that path.
All right, welcome into the zone. That is Greg Sankey, if you didn't recognize the familiar voice, talking about NIL and the issues there and trying to get some sense of some semblance of balance and efficiency and control and that kind of thing. And the folks in Congress are also working towards that end. But we appreciate you tuning in today. Justin Acri here with Phil Elson in the studio.
Hey.
Phil's called studio.
I've been here before, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it's the same except for a whole bunch of cameras. Things
are in the same place, and it was this. It took the same amount of time to get here as it used to. It's the buildings in the same location. It's fun when things work out like that.
It is. Big Joe Klein is here as well from Corky's Barbecue. I'm sure he has thoughts on all kinds of things, including last night's Western Conference Game 5, which was pivotal, Joe, but not a must-win.
It's a must-win.
Not a must-win, Joe. Anyway, it's good to be here. I did want to say quick Zone FU from yesterday. We talked to two Razorback tennis players yesterday on our show during the UMS Health Little Rock Open, and they were successful in their match last night, and so they advanced to play on Thursday. I was going to pull up the draw, Phil, and I didn't get a chance to do that. But anyway, I was really happy that they were able to advance on. So a couple nice young men, and I was really pleased. There were some people out there last night calling the Hogs for them, and I thought that was cool. So anyway, I was happy about that.
That was great. We talked with Eric Padgham and Jakob Verba.
Yes.
And that was great. They were with us in the afternoon, and then they stuck around to later in the afternoon for the match that they played in and won. So, hey, when was the last time the Hogs got called on a tennis court in Little Rock?
Probably last year. I mean, I'm sure there were Razorback players. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know if that's common or not. I mean,
mean,
it's a pro tournament.
I think it was a rhetorical question.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I tried it.
I don't know. It's good. Anyway, it's good to be here. So we'll talk about all kinds of things. Baseball talk. We got a couple of baseball connections here. Carson Brumball will join us at the bottom of this hour, thanks to Pinnacle Parties. And then in the second hour, we got a special guest coming up.
Got pitching coach Matt Hobbs joining at 11:10. The team is busing to Lawrence later today. They got a 3 or 3:30 is when the bus takes off. They've got like a little send-off kind of a thing. I think it's 4.5-hour drive to Lawrence, so we'll get Coach Hobbs on earlier. And I doubt we're going to get the answer to the question that everybody wants, which is, who are you going to throw on Friday?
Well, I heard, listen, I don't always agree with Justin Moore, especially when it comes to Stevie Wonder, but he and I are on the same page. I agree. I think that Gackle, the way he's thrown lately, and especially because maybe you want to give Dietz a little breathing room, makes the perfect sense to start him on Friday. So I hope that that's the case.
It could. Here's the thing, though, about Missouri State. There's a lot of left-handed power in that lineup, and Dietz is real good on lefties. So that's just something to think about.
Okay. Going back to what we just heard from the commissioner, there is a bipartisan bill on college sports from Ted Cruz and Maria Cantwell from Texas and Washington State, respectively. They're going to introduce it within days, this says. This is a story I read this morning. I don't know if you got this off ESPN. Anyway, language for the bill is being finalized, moving through the standard pre-introduction process, expected to carry the prize. College sports leaders have chased for the better part of a decade a limited antitrust exemption regarding player eligibility and transfer rules. So I don't know if this is going to also include some limitations in the amount of money that can be paid. I doubt that could be part of it, because then you would say, well, what about coaches? Are we going to limit the amount of money they can make? I guess they could also say, what about the number of times coaches can move from school to school? But we'll see how they handle this. But there is movement, and there is certainly support from the leagues just to try to get some baseline of any kind of logic here and some reasonability where we can work off of common ground.
I think the way Cal's put it a lot, I think probably, hopefully, is where they're going to go with this, is that if you're trying to control, or maybe not control, regulate might be the right word, NIL salaries, is that the way to do that is maybe be able to regulate the number of times a player can transfer.
Limit free agency.
Mm-hmm. Don't make it every year.
Yeah. I mean, it's like just what they have now, to me, Phil and Justin, is like, it's like baseball, Major League Baseball, without contracts. And look what happens. You have the Yankees. You have the, and I think that's the road that college, big-time college sports, especially football, probably basketball, too, not as much, but definitely football, where you're going down a road where you're going to have your Ohio State, Texas, Michigan, blah, 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 these schools that got unlimited funds that can, and apparently LSU now, that can, just blow it up and get whoever they want, whenever they want. And then your Kansas Cities, your Pittsburghs, or, Arkansas.
The thing is what you have right now, when you look at the history of labor in professional sports, what you have right now in college sports is a situation that Charlie Finley actually proposed. He was the owner of the A's. He was kind of crazy. He was the one who wanted to use yellow balls and would pay all of his players to grow mustaches when that was like going against the establishment. And his idea was, before the current kind of construct of free agency, was for every player to be a free agent every year. That's literally something that was proposed, and they didn't do it because that's a psychotic idea.
Absolutely.
That's what we're doing in college sports.
That's right.
To an extent, it's not there in Major League Baseball, but it's not to that extent by any means, but it is in a sense.
Okay, we're all at a loss.
As the Yankees pounded my Royals last night, 15-1.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Have you lost 10 in a row?
We just came off right at 9.
Okay, but when you lose 10, get back to me.
We're almost we tried.
Another zone FU, not a pleasant one. We talked about Jordan Wicks yesterday. He made his debut at the major league level for this year. Obviously, was on the Chicago roster last year, 2 years ago, I guess. And it did not go well in the first inning, but he bounced back nicely. I was proud of the effort coming back, and he struck out the side the next inning, and then he held Pittsburgh scoreless in the third and the fourth, but they got a hold of them in the first, scored 5 runs, and it was all for naught after that. Now, the offense could have done something, which it didn't, but yeah, the Cubs have had quite the season, Phil. We were talking this morning. 2 10-win streaks so far this year, and now a 10-loss streak.
And it's only May.
Yeah, so pretty wild.
This is wait for the June swoon, right? I guess It did come a little bit early.
Yeah, the division is good, too, and so kudos to your Pirates.
The whole division is good, and baseball's so weird this year. I was just looking at the standings. I told you this earlier. There are 3 American League teams with better than 500 records. That's it. 3. There are 5 teams with better than 500 records in the National League Central.
That's wild.
Yeah, the Royals, before they went on they were like 2 games under 500. They made a bounce back, and they were like 2 games under 500, and they were a game and a half out of first.
Yeah. No, it's wide open over there for sure. All right, so we are going to talk to the people we mentioned. Then we've also got Susan coming in studio. She was kind enough to reschedule because we had our trip over talking tennis yesterday. Speaking of tennis, it's our top 10 list today. Top 10 French Open facts, which the French is my second favorite behind Wimbledon. I love watching them roll around on the clay. I don't care about hard court tennis at the major level, but I like watching the U.S. Open. I mean, I like the Aussie Open too, if I'm up and at 'em when it's playing.
I used to really enjoy watching tennis when it was McEnroe and Connors and Agassi.
Borg.
I was a huge Boris Becker fan.
I love Boris Becker.
Yvonne Lendl, Dark Vader.
I think it's something for the German tennis players because I also had a thing for Steffi Graf.
Well, that's different.
Well, that's understandable.
Well, she was also really good. It was just
Right.
because she was attractive. She was a champion. She
There have
was
been a lot
great.
more attractive tennis players than her too, so I will consider the fact that you're basing that in large part on her talent. Not that she's not attractive, because she is, but I mean, she's no Gabriella Sabatini.
No, she wasn't, but that was a contemporary. That's the one my grandmother, my grandparents played tennis. They lived in a gated community in Florida where everybody played tennis.
They'd love the pickleball now.
Lil used to say about Gab, she's so pretty. Don't you just love watching her serve, Phil? She's so pretty.
Have you talked to her?
That's right.
You talked to her daughter.
You should go talk to her.
Question of the day today, Phil.
Oh, let me pull this up here because this has something to do with bat and ball sports that are coming up in the next 2 days. What do you got? You got the first women's college World Series game tomorrow, 8:30 against Nebraska. That's fun. Hopefully, I'll make it to Lawrence in time to watch.
Yep.
Otherwise,
8:30.
That's late.
Yeah, I mean, because it's 5.5 for you from here. 6 maybe.
5.5 to 6.
Yeah, so 6. You're there at 7.
We'll leave after the zone. My kid's got it. My son's coming with me. He's got a dentist appointment right when the zone's over. Then after that, we're driving.
Yeah, you should be there I would think you'd be there by 8.
Yeah, and these softball games. I love how compact the softball tournament is. They play 4 games a day. In baseball, it's 2. You know, and so yeah, you got your College World Series game tomorrow night, and then Arkansas opens up in the baseball postseason on Friday. So what's more likely? And it's a binary choice for you: baseball making the College World Series or softball winning the national championship.
Ooh,
that's a tough one here. Because truthfully, you can see it either way.
Arkansas's connection on the next round of the Supers is Georgia Tech.
Yes, Georgia Tech is the top seed on that side.
Yeah,
they're number 2 seed overall.
Okay, so I guess the ACC was pretty good this year. At least Georgia Tech was.
Georgia Tech's really good. The ACC is a good league. It's not quite like it's. I don't think baseball's like Big Ten, SEC. How it's really you kind of look at them almost identical, even though the 3 national titles the last 3 years. ACC is not. It's not like that in baseball. It's still there is a big league, and then there's one that's still kind of big, which is the ACC. But Georgia Tech's good.
Well, that's a good question. That's a hard one.
Right now, I mean, you're looking at the women's college, the softball team. It's like they have run-ruled everybody. They have the pitching that maybe they might not have had previously, and they've got loads of power. They've got all this momentum. I don't think this is a team that's nobody's ever just happy to be there, but sometimes the moment's a little too big, and they just haven't played like that at all. They're not playing like they were worried about some narrative of a program that couldn't reach the top level of the sport. So right now, I'm looking at softball. I'm thinking they've got everything that it takes.
They're rolling.
I wonder what kind of. We talked about this yesterday. I wonder what kind of crowd they'll get. I would love to go if I didn't have not in a wedding. I have to go to a wedding this weekend. Otherwise, going over to Oklahoma City and spending a couple of days would have been fun.
It would, and you've been to Omaha. I wonder if the experience feels the same. I've been told it doesn't quite feel the same. Not like in a negative way. but it's, I want to experience it too, just because it feels like the kind of thing that the whole city takes as their own.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City's a great softball town. They take pride in it, just like Omaha in baseball.
I don't know where the stadium is, I guess. It depends.
I don't think it's downtown.
It's not in Bricktown area?
No.
See, because that's a great thing about Omaha, too, is everything's centralized downtown, and then you can walk to the ballpark from any of those restaurants and bars. We always at DJ's Dugout. We'll be sitting at the same table this year if we go to Omaha instead of across the room from one another.
That's right. That'll be funny.
Yeah. Phil would always come over, and I appreciate this. Phil was on a different station. He would come over as the voice of the Razorbacks and pop on for 30 minutes with me, and then he'd go over and do his radio show starting at 11. So, yeah, this will be better this year if we get to that point. In fact, I think if you get to Super Regionalville, I'll probably come. I may ride along with you if it's drivable, or I may go anyway, and we can
it's either
going to from there.
I mean, honestly, it's either going to be Atlanta or
Easy.
Fayetteville.
Easy.
Because the other teams in that Atlanta regional wouldn't be ranked as high as Arkansas.
Arkansas would be a host, right?
Yeah.
Who are in there with Georgia?
No, there's Oklahoma is the SEC team over there. I don't have the thing pulled up, but I'll pull it up.
Pepperdine.
Pepperdine is?
I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited. The matchup. So again, it's really fun because you've got tonight. You've got nothing basically, but tomorrow you got the NBA returning. You've got the softball at 8:30 for the Razorbacks, and of course there are other games throughout the day. And then starting on Friday, by the way, we just found out today we're going to be live at Flyway Brewing on Friday, doing the show there. Well, I mean, I'll drink a beer for you.
I'll be live at my hotel in Lawrence.
Yes, and then you'll be going to the ballpark to call a game, which I'm jealous of. You got the better deal on that.
I am not complaining.
But 1 o'clock, we got Little Rock Trojan baseball, and you can come by and watch their video wall of that one. I'm going to stick around and drink up cold ones and watch the ball game over there after I get done. And then that night, of course, at 5:30 is when Arkansas is on, and Arkansas is on ESPNU. The Little Rock game facing the host, Southern Miss, will be on ESPN+, but they will have it certainly there.
The other two teams in the Atlanta region, Joe, are Illinois Chicago and the Citadel. The Citadel is one of those kind of like real sneaky, good Southern baseball programs that's not in a power conference. They're kind of...
It's in South Carolina?
Yeah, it's South Carolina. You remember former Traveler Dallas McPherson?
Yes.
Left-handed, power-hitting third baseman who had such a bad back he couldn't establish himself in the big leagues. He went to the Citadel.
Okay. And we don't like to talk about the Citadel around here, as you know, for obvious reasons. It's still got a bad taste in everybody's mouth from the football game.
Yes.
Ooh, I've forgotten about that.
Yeah.
I flew in from where did I fly in? It was either it was Boston. I flew in from Boston to I don't know, but I flew in for the Citadel game.
Weren't you happy?
You must have been really
I
proud
also
to be
flew
there.
in for the Miami Hurricane Little Rock game when we got beat by Johnson by 50-7 or something.
By who?
I flew in from Sacramento for the Miami Hurricane.
Oh,
Little Rock.
51-7, I think it was. Yeah.
And I refused to leave. All my friends left, and they were laughing at me, and I was sitting up there like Bob Uecker in the corner.
You didn't leave the game?
Until we scored. I said, by God, I came in from Sacramento, and I'm going to see him score, damn it.
Well, you got your wish.
And then you stood up and you said, next time I'm going to be in the front row.
and then you left and went and got a cold beer, hopefully,
Yes, I did.
to wallow in your pain. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, I was just thinking about like somebody, if you traveled back for that USC game in Fayetteville or some of the epic beatdowns over the years. There have been plenty. But, I mean, look, Arkansas's had their moments, too. Yep. Better than flying to USC and watching them get trounced out there.
You did that?
No, I didn't, but I'm just saying for those who did that.
I had friends who did that.
That was my favorite. I've had two Paul calls from over the years that stood out. Number one was when Peyton Hillis caught a ball against Alabama in Fayetteville, and two guys hit him in the end zone, and they both fell on the ground, and Peyton's standing there alone like, what do you want from me? And Paul said, oh, my goodness. It wasn't just his typical oh, my. And then my favorite one is, I got to find the clip. We have a whole new system now, so finding this may be really difficult. But Arkansas was getting trounced so bad. And the clip starts like this. Paul goes, wow. It's like, says it all, baby. Yeah, good stuff. Anyway, got to hit a break. Carson Brumbaugh going to join us after the break, thanks to Pinnacle Parties.
Hey, no live racing anymore at Oaklawn, at least for this season, but the action does not stop. Oaklawn, of course, is Arkansas's only casino resort, and they've got a Boats and Bucks giveaway that is starting in June. You want to get over to Oaklawn, earn entries every day in June, and you'll have a chance to win cash prizes for a brand new 2025 Bennington 24 MSB party barge with a Yamaha 200 horsepower motor and trailer from Futrell Marine. The grand prize giveaway is Saturday, June 27th, so you can earn entries all throughout the month and have a chance to win this amazing party barge. from Futrell Marine. You'll play your way at Oaklawn and join the fun, but you got to be an Oaklawn Rewards member in order to qualify. Visit oaklawn.com for more details and information. Oaklawn, of course, is a smoke-free casino 24/7. They feature over 1,500 slots and live table games from blackjack, roulette, craps, baccarat, and much more. Big entertainment coming up over the summer. Sawyer Brown is there on July 17th. Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening is Friday, August 28th. Amy Grant on September 18th. And Matt Matthews is coming with a great show on November 21st. You can get tickets and more information at oaklawn.com. Great dining options, the Astral Spa. It's all sorts of fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, the casino's Arkansas's only casino resort.
This is Sports Center.
Former University of Arkansas defensive tackle turned senior associate athletic director Terry Don Phillips passed away Tuesday. Phillips played defensive tackle for the Razorbacks from 1966 to 1969. He remained at Arkansas as a graduate assistant for the 1970 and 71 seasons, then rejoined the Hogs as senior associate athletic director in 1988. Phillips was inducted into the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame in 2010. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, it's former director Ray Tucker, who you hear every Monday on Drive Time Sports, and Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors has been elected to the Arkansas Sports Writers and Sportscasters Hall of Fame. Tucker, along with Tim Hamilton and Steve Wright, will formally be inducted in a luncheon on July 30th in Springdale. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
Floyd Seafood on Kill Avenue in Sherwood has live Louisiana crawfish. Place your orders by 2 p.m. Thursday for weekend boils. Floyd's also has a store full of Cajun goodies. Floyd Seafood in Sherwood, your homesick Cajun headquarters for live crawfish. Order by 2 p.m. Thursday.
Tennis fans, get ready for world-class tennis at the UAMS Health Little Rock Open. Presented by the Worsham Law Firm, May 24th through May 31st at the Rebsamen Tennis Center in Little Rock. Exciting hardcourt action on the ATP Challenger Tour. Admission is free. The tournament benefits the bone marrow transplant program at the UAMS Winthrop B. Rockefeller Cancer Institute. For more information, visit littlerockopen.com. littlerockopen.com. You can't always see what's in the air, but dust, allergens, contaminants, even mold could be affecting your health. Learn about air quality testing at rainbowrestores.com. When the unthinkable happens, damage from smoke, water, fire, mold, or just poor air quality, let Rainbow Restoration fix your home or business. With their 24/7 rapid response, you'll get your life back on track fast. RainbowRestores.com. Rainbow Restoration. They restore, you recover. Services performed by an independently owned and operated franchise.
Gas is so expensive these days, but not with fuel-efficient vehicles from Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway, like the Tucson's loaded with technology, and there's even a hybrid model.
Stop playing the gas pump lottery with new Hyundai hybrids with up to 50 miles per gallon, or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on new 2026 Tucsons and new 2026 Elantras. Start at just $22,995 at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway and online at chriscranehyundai.com.
Let's see, if you're going to build a pool, tennis court, get dozens of fitness machines, indoor basketball court, pickleball court, it's going to cost you about $12.3 million. Don't have it? That's okay. Join the Little Rock Athletic Club or Racket Club. People will witness the fitness.
You're in the zone with Justin Acri and Phil Elson.
They're ridiculous. They're impossible.
Those guys are the worst.
They're sick. They're perverted.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
Where all the girls at with the credit cards and the high heels, the Mercedes Benz with the big wheels.
Yeah, I love this as a championship game. I've been a big fan of that. I grew up watching it. I've talked about it many times, almost to nauseum. I mean, the first time they ever played in Birmingham, I was in high school playoff playing a Final Four football game and watching Florida and Alabama play. And at the time, that was like a childhood dream. Long time since then, and a lot of changes since then. So is it the revenue stream that we're having to fund our athletic programs with that we need because of it? Is it the calendar that we need to shrink so we're not playing a championship game on late January? And I don't think that's great for student athletes. I don't think it's great for the transfer portal to be ending the season that late. And if that championship game is in the way of that or gets put on the back burner because of that, I think you'd have to accept it. But I'm really more worried about the financial burden that we're under right now of paying for all of the athletic department, and when you take that revenue stream out, can we make it work? And that, is it sustainable to do without it would be my biggest concern.
That's a great question, Kirby. You can't just pull $50 million out of your behind, and it's still a significant amount of money, and apparently that's what, reportedly at least, is what the SEC championship game in football brings to the table. So if you can find $50 million extra dollars lying around, and maybe the same people who saved Razorback tennis can find $50 million to contribute to the fund and fix it. I don't know.
It's stuff like, if you want to know why the NCAA is expanding the basketball tournament, it's because the NCAA relies on the basketball tournament for about all of its revenue. The SEC, I didn't realize this. The SEC championship football game is 5% of the league's overall revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not. Like, I think the tournament probably means a lot more than the NCAA does.
Sure,
but in this case, that's a big.
It's
chunk.
not insignificant. Throw 5% of your salary away and see how much difference it makes to you. It's a big chunk. Burroughs and Mr. Franks. If you're spending any portion of your salary, this is a good place to do it. Long-standing, iconic luxury eyewear shop in the Heights. Family-owned and operated opticians that feature high-end designer eyewear that you're not going to find anywhere else. So again, you want to stand out from the crowd? This is how you do it. Brands like Cartier and Gucci, Salt, State Optical, plus they have all their lenses from Zeiss. It's a high-tech lens crafter, and they make them for all sorts of things, including glasses, and they're only found at Burroughs and Mr. Franks, and they do all the fitting and lab work right there in their own store lab. Josh and Nicole and their staff do a great job making you feel at home, making you feel comfortable, and making sure you get a look that sets you apart. Don't cheat yourself with cheap sunglasses that you can get for way less. And you don't want weak lenses and frames that are going to fall apart easily. Go see our friends over at Burroughs and Mr. Franks. It's Family Atmosphere Super Service, 5901 R Street in the Heights. I don't know if he wears corrective eyewear, but he is in the zone. His name is Carson Brumbaugh.
Nope. Sorry.
He is not with us.
Nope. Called him twice. Sorry. Hadn't heard back yet.
Phil, get your boy under control.
I can't answer for what he might be doing. I don't know. Maybe he's in class. There's no class right now.
I was gonna say.
Did we have a time zone mix-up again?
No. I don't think so. Whoopsie. Yep, still figuring out how to use the system. No, I don't think that's the issue. Anyway, Carson Brumbaugh at some point. Question of the day today. What do you think is more likely? Joe, did you find an answer? Did you settle on one or the other?
I'm going based off of Phil. I'm going softball because
the question
I just feel the baseball has. I mean, it feels good, but it doesn't feel as tight, as good moving forward. It seems like softball's clicking. Baseball's we hit really good, we pitch really good. It doesn't seem like it's all come together for long periods of time. So, out of a necessity, I picked softball.
There's the same amount of wins both ways. They need 5 wins or maybe 4, or maybe 6 to win the national title, and it's the same with baseball to get to Omaha.
They have the same format as far as
it's the same.
You get the last 2 and it's best of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's our question of the day today. You can make your pick on Twitter.
The thing that people have been worried about with baseball is to get to the College World Series, first you got to get through the regional format, in which, look, they're good at series. They've won so many series, and that's 2 out of 3. In order to win a regional, you have to win 3 games at the very least, sometimes 4, sometimes 5. So it's about depth of pitching or about hitting your way out of it, and I think they've shown both of those things in the last couple of weeks.
Joe, last night we had the Western Conference Finals Game 5, Oklahoma City at home, and needed it. By the way, we could have Game 7 while the softball World Series is going on. Pretty wild in Oklahoma. Right up the street.
Think about that, yeah.
Somebody just texted and sent a note in here on our Middleton Heat and Air text line and said it's in Edmond, Oklahoma, which is a nice burb.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City.
Okay.
So anyway, Joe, thoughts last night, and where the hell was Wemby? Did you find him?
Yeah, I mean, Wemby's narrative has got to change from the standpoint. He's an unbelievable player, but it's this narrative right now that look how he can handle the ball, how he can shoot at 7'5", 7'6". Look at all that, and that's got to flip. It's got to be, look how dominant he is in the paint. Look how he's blocking shots, rebounding. He's scoring in the paint. They got to double team him in the paint. They got to do all these things in the paint. And oh yeah, by the way, he can knock down a 3. He can put the ball on the floor. He can also do that.
That should be the gravy, but his meat and potatoes needs to be in the paint.
The meat and potatoes now is he's out on the perimeter too much, and he's not a factor like he can be when. I mean, you guys see him in the lane. I mean, guys drive in there with a layup, and he's just kind of looks at him, and they make a U-turn, and drive right out of there. So
on a much lower level, can I make an analogy to Trevin Brazil? We complain about that for a whole season with him.
I mean, God gave you size for a reason. That's what makes you different in basketball. If you're tall,
or didn't,
you're different. If you're out there shooting and threes at 7'4", and that's all you do, you might as well be 6'2".
Right. Is there anything that Oklahoma City does to take him out of what you're talking about, or is this a matter of his mindset?
I don't think that they do. I think now what they changed drastically is that first game they played, they had all these little, they had too much time in between before San Antonio to think about how they were going to reinvent how we're going to beat. And they put Caruso on him, and they had all these little guys on the first game on him, gets 41 and whatever. But in that game, he had 26 points in the paint. The next two games they lost, he combined for 20 points in the paint. And so, what they did is all of a sudden Hartenstein is on the floor. He didn't hardly play it in game one. Now he plays the whole game. They bring in, Chet gets a little bit of him. Jalen Williams gets, they're beating him up. They're being physical with him. They're keeping him out of the paint, so that's helped. But I think offensively, they've got to do things to run him into the post and get him rolling to the rim constantly. And just because when he goes in there, it's all eyes on him, and it makes, even sometimes when he doesn't get the ball, it just frees up so much space for everybody else because they're so worried about him getting the ball. And then we've seen it 4 or 5 times. Even when he misses it, he plays ping pong in there with it. It's
right.
Like, he misses it and he misses
Volleyball's
it again,
it
and everybody's grabbing for the ball, and he's just, I missed it. Let me get it. Okay, get out of my way. Your hand's hitting me in the chin. You're really bothering me. I mean, and he's very effective, and so. I think the great way, Justin, that was great in that phrase. His meat and potatoes has to be that, and the gravy's got to be. Wow! Did you see the 3-point shot he made? Did you see him put it between his legs? He's out there floating too much offensively, and then, they got to tighten up with the ball. Some of the turnovers they have are just they're pick sixes. Harper gets.
Yeah.
Harper is going to be a great player, but, man, he is so loose with the ball. And
they have limited the number because they had 21 the first two, and they've had 15 or 16 or less in the last few games. But you're right, still need to do better with that.
Some of them are just –
they just lead to easy baskets.
And those are the ones that kill you. It's okay if you throw the ball out of bounds, you got a chance. But, he got picked last night right under his own rim trying to cross a dude up. And he was trying to cross Caruso or somebody up, and they just picked it and laid it in. That happened 2 or 3 times. So they got to – and that's experience. I think that's where Oklahoma City has them, and that they have San Antonio has very good players, but Oklahoma State has some experienced players who really know their role and very defined and are not trying to do too much. Like the Bryant kid, who's a awesome player. But he comes in there sometimes, and you can see their coach over there, and it's like, what in the are you doing? He's just a wild, loose cannon. But then last night he comes in, he makes a nice dunk, knocks down a 3. He does things in spurts both ways, whereas I don't think you have as much of that with Oklahoma City.
Bed shooting, again, 3 of the starters. How about Wembanyama's 4 of 15, 0 of 5 from 3. De'Aaron Fox, who's still settling back in after the injury.
How many free throws did Wembanyama get?
He was perfect, 12 of 12, I think.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox was 4 of 15, 0 of 4 from 3. And Vassell, 2 of 11, 2 of 9 from 3. So they did not. That's 3 of their starters. They shot it terrible last night. And then on the flip side, I was going to say McClain got his first start, and he shot 19 field goals. I was like, welcome to the starting lineup, my friend. Apparently quite comfortable. And maybe they gave him some looks because, he wasn't a usual starter, but that's a lot of shots. When you shoot it as much as the MVP does, what are we doing? And it worked out okay.
And that was a lot of shots that he missed in the first half. I think he only got 2. I think he only hit 1. In the first half, and then he ended up with 20, so he just kept shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times, the people who are, especially in playoff series, who are getting a lot of shots are because they want them to get a lot of shots.
Yeah.
They're like, we want the ball to find you. The shot clock's going down. We're going to make sure SGA that he's going to have to give it up to somebody to shoot with a low shot clock, and, they kind of, a lot of times they pick who they want the poison to be.
We're going to take a break. We'll try to run Carson Brumbaugh down at some point. Trey Schapp is standing by at the SEC meeting, so we will join him momentarily. And when we get back, we'll check in and see what he's got to offer us here. So look forward to that. As we head in, let me tell you about some of my good friends over at UAMS, and we appreciate them having us out for the tennis tournament. It is going on all week, and they are underway here in just a few minutes, I think, with their first matches of the day. I think they start at 11 every day. But you want to watch some pro tennis, it'll cost you exactly $0. Free to go watch. All the way through the finals on Sunday at 1 o'clock. And so, again, the Razorback doubles team that won yesterday will be back on the court tomorrow, but there's plenty of good professional tennis happening over at the UAMS Health Little Rock Open today and all through the week. So if you want to go take advantage of it, please do. If you need to take advantage of the services that UAMS provides, well, then you go to the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital if you have an orthopedic issue, and they can get you patched up and back up and running. If you're dealing with pain of any sort, go see them over there. Shoulder and elbow issues, absolutely got you covered. They're here to help. Advanced care for injuries, arthritis, rotator cuff problems, and a whole lot more. We were talking about tennis elbow and ways to avoid that yesterday, but if you've got any kind of injury from any sport or just from everyday life, 501-686-TOSH, or check out the walk-in clinic over at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital, 8 to 8, Monday through Friday, and 8 to noon on Saturday.
People have always asked me how we get such great inventory. Here at Alcoa Road in Benton, the Big Lot, Chris Crane, Dodge Jeep Ram.
It's simple. We use the latest technology to scour auctions across the country to bring us the best of the best. This month only, we're doing sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle here at the Big Lot.
Sales tax paid?
Sales tax paid at the Big Lot. Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram on Alcoa Road in Benton.
Take it from Arkansas greats, Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local.
Making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans' fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
Razorback Camper Sales in Hot Springs is having a huge inventory liquidation sale. All in-stock travel trailers and fifth wheels are being offered at drastically reduced prices. These are the best deals of the year. One of the many great deals is a 26-foot Salem with bunk beds, power awning, plywood floor, and much more for only $21,997 or $235 a month. Now is the time to buy. All these great deals can be seen at RazorbackCampersales.com.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Let's get back to more of the show in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson.
Okay, gotta talk more sports with you.
On the Buzz Radio Network.
none of us are answering for the good of the sport. We're answering for the good of ourselves. Like, the different conferences want what they want because it's the best for them. Different schools in different levels in each league want what they want because, like, why wouldn't it be? It goes back to, again, I've said this before, like, we've got to figure out some type of unified leadership over college football. We're $1 billion industry that's getting governed in a lot of different separate pockets, not with one unified leadership. And until that happens, I don't know how we solve anything.
Coverage of the SEC spring meetings at the Sandustin Hilton in Sandustin, Florida is presented by Blackman Auctions. For over 80 years, better auctions have always been Blackman Auctions. And in part by Bet Saracen. Bet local in Arkansas with the only local sports book, Bet Saracen.
All right, we're going to head down to Destin and check in with Trey Schapp here in one moment. I want to remind you, if you're heading to Destin or you're heading to Lawrence or you're heading to Hattiesburg or anywhere else, we encourage you to buckle up and try to help that national seatbelt use edge up towards 100%. Nationally, 92%, not even close in Arkansas. Every time I get in, I buckle up. Every time I get in, everybody in the car is required to buckle up, front seat, back seat. Doesn't matter where you're sitting. Got to do it. Seatbelt use saves nearly 15,000 lives a year, and you could be one of those, or you could be, one of the other ones, which not so great. Answer the challenge, Arkansas. Buckle up. Click it. Don't risk it. Seatbelt save lives. I mean, the data's all there. Just do the right thing, and make sure everybody in your car follows suit. I can imagine letting people ride around in your car without their seat belts buckled. Wouldn't you feel terrible if you were driving and you were buckled up and somebody was riding your car, they didn't have a seatbelt on and they got hurt? Get in a wreck? I would feel terrible about that.
I don't let that happen.
No. It'd be very difficult if you make sure everybody's buckled, especially if they're in the front seat.
I got to yell at my dad about it every time he gets in the car.
Really?
Yeah. I actually like yelling at my dad.
Yeah, I do too. Not your dad.
Quietly.
I like yelling at my dad. All right. We just played our liner. Let's head down and check in with Trey Schapp, who's kicking it. And Trey has sent us back a ton of stuff. I mean, it's hard to even scratch the surface of all the things, Trey, but big talk about, obviously, playoff expansion, keeping or getting rid of the SEC championship, which is sort of in conjunction with that, and then controlling the NIL, which apparently there is some movement on Capitol Hill to make some inroads there, at least to maybe limit the transferring, if not cap the money amounts that are being paid out in this outrageous world we live in. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're good. We're good. So what's on the docket today?
Well, I had a chance to sit down with Chancellor Robinson of the University of Arkansas earlier today and get some of his thoughts on the landscape of college athletics and where we stand. And this model is not sustainable in his mind. And I think you look at the non-ref sports, and Arkansas just went through it with tennis. Hunter had to cut it, and then he brought it back. He found some donors donors came forward. He didn't really find them, I don't think. They came forward and said, hey, look, we're going to support it. Will you bring it back? And they did. And Chancellor Robinson was supportive of that to bring it back. But if you keep going down the road, $40 million for a football team, it's going to go up. Next year, it'll go up the year after that. How much is too much? And you go to the basketball side of things, and I was talking to a basketball coach earlier this morning that last year their budget was $6.5 million, and they didn't make the tournament. He got $10.5 million this year to try and make the tournament. Is he going to be able to do that with that pot of money? Who knows? You look at Arkansas, and they're spending close to almost double that, and they're in the tournament. You have to spend to compete, and at some point, you're just going to run out of money, I think.
That's fair, I suppose. We'll let them sort it out. It seemed like there's a consensus that the coaches at least want to keep the championship game, at least guys like Sarkisian and Smart, who are going to be in contention to make it, at least. I don't know if all the coaches share the same opinion on that.
Yeah, I don't think they all do, but those that we talked to yesterday that were brought in on the schedule were in favor of it. We'll have a chance to sit down with Ryan Silverfield when the meetings are done today before he gets out and heads back to Fayetteville. But there are some that are for it, some that aren't. But Commissioner Sankey says we have contracts that are in place, so we're going to honor those contracts. And if you remember, the SEC was the first league to have a championship game. leagues didn't automatically follow the next year or even 2 years after that. It took them some time before they followed and came up with the championship game. And if you take away the championship game, then you take away a lot of that revenue as well. Same thing with baseball. It creates revenue for the league that they are able to distribute to its 16 member institutions.
What's happening today? I mean, excuse me, what else happened yesterday, rather? We just talked about that. What else happened yesterday?
Yeah, so there was, I think, and it's probably going to come out tomorrow, I think Commissioner Sankey is not happy with some of the social media, some of the talk between, or some of the comments that are made with some of his head coaches about other institutions within the league. And I think we're going to see something tomorrow on that, whether or not that be a reprimand, where it be a fine. He did mention the fact that he had to go into 2 of the rooms. You have football, you have men's basketball and women's basketball. So 2 out of the 3 rooms, he had to go in and kind of say, look, you're in a leadership role, act like a leader. You don't need to be posting social media and taking shots at other institutions within the league. And so, I think we might have something on that tomorrow, at the end of the session. Today, just, hoping to get a chance to talk to Cal. I talked to Cal Parkinson earlier and I said, Cal's going to talk, right? And he goes, I don't know. Cal's his own guy. So I said, well, what if I set up and try and take a charge? He goes, he might run you right over to get out of here. I know that he, met with Tommy Tuberville, in his time down here. So there's no telling what Cal's going to do, but hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to him. We're going to get, Ryan Silverfield. We're going to get Hunter Yurchek, but I had a good chat this morning with Chancellor Robinson, though. And I also feel baseball-wise, Justin and Joe and Moose, I had a chance to talk to one of the selection committees, one of the selection members on the baseball selection committee, and I said, how close was Arkansas to hosting? He said, if they would have beaten Georgia, we would have bumped them up. Wow. He said they were the next team that would have been there. So if they would have been able to beat Georgia in that championship game, then they would be hosting this weekend. Unfortunately, they were not able to do that. They're not hosting.
We got a clip here from Eli Drinkwitz I want to play, Trey, talking about the playoff. And I know some of the new guys have been a little wary of saying anything about it, whether they want to go to 24-16, stay the same, or otherwise. And again, it's all above their pay grade anyway. But Drinkwitz has been around a little while, and he's got an interesting take, I guess, on what the commissioner said here.
I think he's a pretty wise guy. I mean, it's a matchup sport. I mean, it's all about matchups, and certain matchups play a certain way. And, to say that the best team is going to survive over a 5-week or 6-week period, you got to be fortunate on injuries. You got to be fortunate on your team not getting the flu. I mean, there's just a lot of different things that occur over the course of that much time that I don't know that you're going to get the undisputed national champion. Now, this year, absolutely they did. I mean, Indiana was the best team, and that was awesome. And they were on the right side of those matchups. They did a tremendous job. But, again, we don't have enough data to say that's going to happen every year.
Says it's not a tournament sport, according to the commissioner. So, again, we'll see what they decide to push for, and I think they'll probably get their wish.
But it is a tournament sport. We have a tournament in the NFL. We just don't call it a tournament. We have a tournament in FCS. We just don't call it one. This is a tournament sport. Who says it's not?
But I think, too, Phil, if you go that route, and let's say you go to 24 teams, will it devalue some of the regular season games where you might have players sit out because, we know we're already going to be in the top 24, so let's rest some players, and it might be at the end of the season in the Iron Bowl. If you had Alabama that knows that they're in, I get it, the rivalry and everything, you don't want to lose to Auburn, but if they had a chance to rest players so that they would be healthy for the next week, then I think they could do that. The other thing that the commissioner or the ADs voted on yesterday was that second to last weekend of the playing season, you will not see SEC teams play cupcakes anymore. Good. They have to play SEC teams starting next year, 2027.
All the way.
So
So once
be SEC versus SEC.
Once you start that route, you stay there, you're saying, basically?
Yeah, they're going to stay there for that weekend. Now, they can play their cupcakes earlier in the year, but it has to be SEC versus SEC that weekend. And then the next weekend, that Thanksgiving holiday weekend, you have some of your traditional rivalry games, Florida, Florida State, Georgia, Georgia Tech, South Carolina, Clemson. So they're still playing power opponents. If Georgia Tech falls so low to where they're a cupcake to Georgia, which sometimes it seems like they are, although they played better last year, then so be it. But they're still going to play a Power 4 team.
I think 2 years ago they had a 7 or 8 overtime game too. So I mean, it has been a war
crazy
the last couple of years. So I think that's a great idea. That's a great move by the league. And again, remember a few years ago when they said, "Hey, look, you're going to have to bump up your scheduling in basketball," and obviously they've hired better coaches.
And they did.
Yeah, the whole basketball, the face of SEC basketball has completely changed the last 5 or 10 years.
Hey, Trey, how much longer are these meetings?
They end tomorrow.
Hey, I want you to, for tomorrow, because we wouldn't have enough time probably to kick it around right now, but think on this for a day or so. Does Greg Sankey still enjoy complete and total support from the rest of the SEC, from school presidents, from chancellors, from athletic directors? Just because it's not the standing of the SEC has been shaken, but maybe that is the right way to put it, and it doesn't feel like it's. The opinions on the college football playoff vary within the league much more so than other leagues.
Yeah. I'll try and dig around on that. That's a good question, Phil.
He's certainly widely respected and appreciated, I think, and he's always got a good reason behind why he pushes for what he pushes for. So I think I may not always 100% agree with him, but yeah, I'd be curious to hear on that too. Trey, we got to run. Appreciate you, and we will.
All right, guys.
We'll play a little more from down there coming up. All right, Trey Schaap down at the SEC meetings in Destin. We will take a break. Coming up, we've got the Red White Report brought to you by UAMS Ortho Now. And Matt Hobbs will join us, Razorback pitching coach. And we're going to needle him until he tells us. Who's starting Friday? By the way, I did misspeak earlier. Somebody said, you keep saying 5:30. I don't know why that got stuck in my head. 5 o'clock first pitch, 4:30 pregame.
I need to be there on time.
You should. You know what time it is. Correct me, please.
Outdoors has your Get Ready to Save Big during the Hustler Spring Sales event through May 31st. Save up to $350 off the Raptor Series and up to $550 off the Fast Track Series zero-turn mowers at participating Hustler dealers. Hustler's engineered and tested for long-lasting performance designed to keep you mowing season after season. Visit CabotOutdoors.com. Shop the Hustler Spring Sales event today. Offer valid 4/15/26 through 5/31/26 or while quantities last. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket.
Paid for by Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during The Zone. Brought to you by Ouachita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders. Building premier homes in Hot Springs.
More fun and games than an amusement park arcade. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Runners in Central Arkansas are gearing up for a big race on this year's Global Running Day. The Big Trail Run, which supports Little Rock Parks and Rec, will be June 3rd at War Memorial Golf Course. It also marks 50 years of organized races here in the capital city. Organizers say the event has something special for everyone. And get this, collegiate boxing is coming to Little Rock. Arkansas Baptist College is partnering with War Boxing Academy. WAR stands for Will, Attitude, and Resilience. The 2 organizations are hosting an open house tomorrow morning for more details. It will be held at the ABC Boxing Academy on MLK Drive at 11 a.m. There is going to be a boxing demonstration of skills and drills that the students can learn. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Staley Electric presents Kevin Shalin when he joins the Zone Thursday for Hidden Gem with the Mighty Rib. Staley Electric, trusted since 1951.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Joel Young.
Areas of dense fog will be possible to start the day on Wednesday with otherwise partly to mostly cloudy skies and maybe a brief shower. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s, then through the day on Wednesday will be mostly cloudy and warm. Highs around 82 with a 60% chance of more scattered showers and storms. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Fox 16 Chief Meteorologist Joel Young.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
This is Justin Acri. If shoulder or elbow pain is affecting your daily life, the fellowship-trained physicians at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health are here to help. They offer advanced care for injuries, arthritis, rotator cuff problems, and more, helping you feel better, move better, and get back to everyday life. Call 501-686-TOSH today to schedule your appointment. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times. They promise you the world, then hit you with a price hike right when the game gets tight. But Boost Mobile, their $25 a month unlimited wireless plan is the most consistent player on the floor. No contracts, no price hikes. Unlock the savings today at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months on the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill, now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
Looking for burgers, barbecue, beer, bourbon, ball games, and brunch? Look no further than Washita Bar and Grill, 915 Central Avenue in beautiful downtown Hot Springs. Washita Bar and Grill, family and pet friendly, with indoor and outdoor seating available. Bingo Bango Brunch, served on Sundays from 11 till 3, with live music Thursday through Saturday. Take a look on Facebook to see what events they've got going on this week, and join the fun at Washita Bar and Grill, Central Avenue, downtown Hot Springs.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
There's nothing better than calling the Hogs with your fellow Razorback fans. Now's the time to start making lasting family memories with the Hogs by joining the Razorback Foundation. Annual memberships start as low as $50 per year. The financial support provided by Razorback Foundation members makes a once-in-a-lifetime experience possible for more than 465 student athletes. Your gifts provide scholarships, academic support, training and nutrition, as well as professional and personal development assistance. Razorback Foundation members earn access to season tickets, priority seating and parking, tailgating, invitations to exclusive coaches and player events, as well as discounts to local restaurants and Hog Heaven stores. Your support will help the Razorbacks continue the path of success and bring home even more SEC and national championships. Text JOIN to 479-349-4313 or visit RazorbackFoundation.com for more information. That's JOIN to 479-349-4313. Can't wait to see you on the Hill. Go Hogs!
Welcome to Moe's. Everyone knows that coming into Moe's for our Mo Monday special is the best deal in burritos. But what about those other 6 days? Well, let me introduce the new Mo Value Meal. Junior burrito, side of queso, chips, salsa, and a fountain drink for only $9.99. And the best part? It's available all day, every day at Moe's Southwest Grill. Now here's my daughter Andy Kate with a special reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Roseville is your headquarters for pool and spa chemicals. Luxury Pool and Spa is ready to get your pool balanced and swim ready with Pool Life and Baquasil Pool Chemicals. Luxury Pool and Spa is also a proud dealer of Polywood Outdoor Furniture, Climate Tough Materials, Color Stay Technology, and the 20-year warranty. If you're thinking about a hot tub, they have the amazing Caldera hot tubs in stock on their showroom floor. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
You're in the zone. Arkansas's longest-running midday sports talk show. Coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5%
with your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson, on the Buzz Radio Network.
Feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise.
Coverage of the SEC spring meetings at the Sandustin Hilton in Sandustin, Florida is presented by Blackman Auctions. For over 80 years, better auctions have always been Blackman Auctions. And in part by Bet Saracen. Bet local in Arkansas with the only local sports book, Bet Saracen.
I don't know that we can change it to make them do that. It's the integrity of the people that are in that room and the judgment of the people that are in the room who also have biases. And you can say they're removed. They don't have to be in there. They don't have to do it. But they still have people in the room have biases. And so I don't know that you're ever going to have that. You've had that same bias when it was 4. I got left out of the 4 several times and thought I had the best team in the country. And didn't get to go cry about it, scream about it, and get upset about it. It was what it was. You had to accept it. That's the way it is now. So it's probably going to always be that way regardless of the number. We all know that after 24, somebody's going to be left out. I think we saw this year that in the 12, somebody that was on the back end of the 12 almost won it, could have won it. In Miami. So we're going to see more and more some great games. I mean, I'm excited about that part, but I don't know how we solve the selection process because someone will always argue with it. You'd like to have it on the field.
He's got a partner in crime. This is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday.
That is Kirby Smart, the head coach at Georgia, talking about 16-24, and he makes a good point. Look, you get a team towards the bottom of the seeding, one of the last teams in, maybe the last team in last year. I mean, Notre Dame's sitting around crying. We didn't get in. What are you going to do? You going to go kick somebody's butt in your bowl game? We're not playing in a bowl game. How about you, Miami? We're happy to be here.
Miami had to win the ACC championship in order to get in anyway. Otherwise, I don't think they'd have got in.
My whole thing is like, I know these smaller schools, but it's got to be the 12 best. I don't like the Tulane. I don't like the James Madison. I think it's totally different than basketball. It doesn't always happen in basketball, but you're not gonna have the upstates and things like that.
It's a charity spot,
right? And it can't
whoa,
be.
Whoa, boys.
I agree. I mean,
everybody relax, calm down, take it easy.
Even in a 2014 playoff, they're going to leave one spot for a group of 5 team.
Sure.
Just one.
But occasionally a second team could get in.
Maybe.
I mean, we had 2 last year. Now, there was probably one deserving. But still, I mean, it can happen. But I mean, look.
It's not their party. That's the thing. It's like, when I say it's a charity spot, the only reason that the group of 5 is part of this is so there can be bye games for the Power 4. That's the only reason.
I think they need a slot until they get their own championship. You should have a path to a championship at that level.
I agree with that. They can't be part of the member institution and never have a chance to.
Right. If you have no path to a national championship, it's stupid. Why we're playing?
Why are you in there?
What are we doing?
So then why?
Now,
do
I think there should be a group of 5 championship, but the group of 5 didn't want one, which is dumb to me too. But whatever.
That's right. They want to be the big kids. They want to be at the adult table on Thanksgiving.
But you know this as well as I do. Those Boise State teams, the classic ones, like the one that beat Oklahoma in a major bowl game. Occasionally, you're going to get some of that.
This is exception to the rule. This is a little bit of like designated hitters. Like, don't point to Tom Glavine. Don't point to the best hitters for the idea that this is something that should be part of the sport when nobody can hit at that position outside of 3 people.
Any of the classic Braves hitters.
That's what I mean.
Or pitchers.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Max was a good hitter.
I don't remember if Smoltz could either, but it's like they'll point to the one guy. They're like, well, all right, well, pitchers for everybody hits 097. It's the same thing for group of 5, group of 6 in power situations against championship level teams.
People love a Cinderella story, though. They love it, and again, you're not going to win the title, but it's fun to see them upset somebody.
That's true. Yeah, but I mean, when's it gonna?
It's not gonna happen.
When's the last one it happened? Everybody points to Boise State. What's the one after that?
Well, we haven't had them in access very much since then. We haven't had them access in a major bowl game too much. But yeah, generally speaking, it's more like Hawaii Georgia in that bowl game years ago when Timmy Chang and those guys got beat by 60.
But until college football figures out how you're going to do this 64-team league where you got 8 different divisions, 8 divisions of 8 teams, and then the rest of it over here is this Group of 5 championship.
I think it would be great. I would love to see it.
I think it would be awesome. To me, it would be better than watching the first round of the 2014 playoff.
In order for this to happen, then you don't.
I don't know about that.
But in order for this to happen, do you have Group of 5 games against Power 5 games anymore? Those are the bye games I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. The only reason that the Group of 5 has access to the college football playoff is so that the power teams can still schedule them for bye games sometimes, so that they're all sort of the same enterprise, even though we know Division I football is not really, FBS is not really equal.
No.
There's 2 levels of it.
Yes, there should be another
Maybe even
division.
3 levels of it.
Yeah, there should be another division. I mean, I agree. Absolutely. Yeah, if you had and again, I don't know how many teams that ends up with. Maybe it wouldn't be 60 of each, but it'd be close to that, I would think.
And then at some point, maybe every game matters the same, instead of having some group of humans over here who are fallible and have biases, which is exactly what Kirby Smart is saying here, making these decisions. Instead, maybe make it upon the records, which is what professional sports is all about.
Well, and like North Dakota State's moving up, right? North Dakota State's never going to win a national title at that level, but they could absolutely win the Group of 5 title at some point.
But they've done that enough times at their level that it's like it's old hat.
Sure, it's time to move up.
Yeah, it's like European sports. This is a team that's promoting themselves.
Now, I don't know that everybody tunes in for the FCS playoffs like I do, but I obviously call an FCS team's game, so I'm interested. But we all pay attention to what's going on with the other level, and I don't know if that diminishes it or not. But anyway.
We got Matt Hobbs ready to go?
Yeah,
let's give Coach Hobbs a call.
Yeah, let me get a quick red-white report in here, which basically is what we were just talking about. So I don't even know that we really have a whole lot to add, other than we can give you the correct times for the games if you want.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
All right, well, again, Razorbacks, 5 p.m. on Friday, against a Missouri State team that they split with this year. Is that right, Phil?
Yeah, 1-1, 15-14 loss, 12-4 win.
Let's hope it's more like that one. We're about to find out who's going to start on the mound for Arkansas. Can't wait.
You'll find out tomorrow.
8:30 Thursday night, the softball team in action. And sad news from the world of golf, the Arkansas women did not advance into the final, losing to USC. That was the team that finished second to Stanford in the stroke play, and Arkansas, unfortunately, could not avoid the Trojans. They got them again. So, still a good run, and I applaud them for the year that they had. And, of course, their star who won at Augusta earlier this year was the lone point for them in that whole matchup. So, anyway, but hey, tip of the cap for a great season. Congratulations. All right, that's enough of that. Shh. Stop. All right, let's go to the Jim's Razorback Pizza hotline. There he stands, or sits. I don't know what he's doing. I know Matt Hobbs, probably pacing right now, joining us, visiting with us, and getting ready for a pretty important game coming up this Friday. Coach, how are you?
I'm good. I'm standing, actually, coming to you live from Baum Walker Stadium. We're just finishing up practice, so I'm standing and I'm wandering around the concourse.
All right, you want to go ahead and spill the beans? Who's starting Friday?
I can't do that. It's going to be a left-hander or a right-hander.
Thank
you. I can tell you that much.
All right.
That breaks it down to 2 people pretty much.
All the ambidextrous guys are out, so that's good news.
Yeah, tall lefty or a 6-foot righty.
Okay.
It's going to be one of those two.
Well, I have my thoughts, but I don't know anything, so we'll see. Anyway, the excitement of going on the road, I guess, is there any added incentive, excitement? What was the reaction when you guys fell short? Because it sounded like there was a groundswell that you guys were going to be able to capture another home regional here. What was the feeling after all that was announced?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we thought we had done enough in the tournament, but the committee thought different. So I think initially you're always disappointed when you're not getting to play in front of our fans, but it ends pretty quick with you're grateful to be in the postseason. And I know that gets, I think people just assume that every year we're just going to be in there, but it's hard to get in the postseason. And the things that, as a coach, and I got to see this the other day when we were watching the selection shows. The guys were excited to see their name come up, and that's still a big deal. So I think the excitement of being in the postseason is not lost on our team, especially from where this thing started. When you lose the back 2 games to Stetson, you're starting to think about we might be putting together a historically bad season here. So, we were able to turn that around, and I think that the guys were excited with the way we finished. So, yeah, a little disappointed that we don't get to play at home, because what an advantage for us to do that with these great fans, but also very excited to just be in the dance, man, and have an opportunity to keep playing.
I'm going to ask you a very difficult question on short notice. I should have given you a heads up on this, but if there was a player that was a microcosm for the team, and again, I think the team will be, looked at as a team that got better through the year, and also a team that maybe is not appreciated for what you actually accomplished, winning 7 out of 10 series, and also, again, playing really good baseball here at the end. Is there a guy that sort of was a microcosm for what you guys did? I mean, a guy that improved through the year, maybe isn't getting enough credit for what he did for you guys?
Yeah, I'm going to give you two. I'll give you an offensive and a pitcher. The pitcher is Gabe Gackle.
Mm-hmm.
He's been hot down the stretch, and I don't think he's ever appreciated for how good he is, because I think people always assumed that he was going to be Hagen Smith. And, Gabe's Gabe. He's a great pitcher. He's done a nice job. He's really he's turned it up here down the stretch, and I think that he's kind of like a microcosm of the season. It's a little bumpy early, but pitching good down the stretch. And then Zach Stewart's the other one. Zach was a little bumpy at times and kind of up and down, and then caught some fire here at the end. And, I know he had a couple games in Hoover that were a little uneven, but really swung the bat well at Kentucky, helped us win that series, and obviously got us going in the first couple games in Hoover. So I think that those two guys kind of encapsulate the team from the perspective of it's not like from day one they were great,
Yeah.
They had to build to it.
Yeah.
So, that's a great question.
That's a great answer.
Matt, when the pairings were announced and you saw that you're going to Kansas and playing Missouri State, the first thing I thought to myself was, of course we're playing Missouri State. Like, it shouldn't have been anybody else, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, I think the NCAA's got a sense of humor, They put us in against a team that we already played twice. I think we almost cleared the benches with maybe a third place. It was pretty contentious at times when we played them there. And then we were able to spread them pretty good here. But that's a great team, man. They do such a good job, and they always have. Missouri, I remember competing against those guys when I was at Missouri, and they're always good. And that's no different this year. So, yeah, I think that giving us an opportunity to play somebody that we've played helps, but it helps them too. Now we'll probably throw some different arms at them, but they'll probably throw some different arms at us. So I think that it could be there's some familiarity because the teams play each other every year, but also in the postseason anything goes. And they were in our regional or in the regional in Stillwater in 22 also. So I feel like we kind of follow each other around.
The newness for some of your players of what they're about to do. Like, this is old hat for Arkansas playing in the postseason, but it is not for Micah New. It's not for Zach Stewart. It isn't for TJ Pompey. It's not for Hunter Dietz. So that's what you're talking about, the excitement of making this tournament. Like, we feel as fans, we've been here before. Most of these guys have not.
No, this is a very inexperienced team when it comes to the postseason. I mean, you've obviously got the returners that went through the whole thing last year. And it's good that you bring up Hunter because he's been in the program, and he's on teams that have been to Omaha. He's on teams that have, done really well in the SEC, but he's never really participated in any of that. So I think that that's a really, really good point on him. He actually, through his bullpen today, looked at me and he's like, man, I get to have my first NCAA postseason start. And I was like, I guess you haven't really done that before. And, Dame hasn't been there when he was at Lamar, and obviously Micah at Marshall hadn't been there, and Zach, and there's just a bunch of guys that either hadn't been there with us or hadn't been there, period. And I think that there is some newness of the team. And TJ Pompey, you'd assume Texas Tech had been there, but they hadn't.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of new guys that haven't played in the postseason yet. So I think that for us, it's going to give us an opportunity to have some guys have some real excitement, and then you have enough returners that have been through it that hopefully they can level themselves off and just say, hey, this is how you do it at Arkansas and how you do it in the postseason. So excited for the team.
Coach, did Hunter by chance say, I'm really excited to get my first start in the postseason on Friday? Okay. All right. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. We're talking to Matt Hobbs if you're just tuning in on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline. So how about the regional as a whole? We were talking to Chris Curry yesterday. We're really excited for the Trojans going back-to-back to the tournament
definitely.
as well. Yeah, and he said he saw something, I don't know where he saw this posted, but that they had the toughest regional and that you guys were in the second toughest regional. So we already talked about your first opponent. How about overall? You got a team that won the Big 12 regular season and the championship, and then you got a bunch of running Huskies out of Northeastern.
Man, 209 stolen bases or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane that Northeastern does. Northeastern always pitches, too, man. Mike Glavin's, like, one of the better pitching guys in the country, I think, in terms of what he usually has on his team. I don't even know if he's a pitching guy by trade, but it always seems like they can pitch, and they can really, really run. That team's always in the postseason. It seems like they've been here before. They were here in, I don't remember, one of the years we hosted. And
they all run together.
Kansas creates, like, a lot of interesting things from an offensive perspective. They're really, really good, well-rounded. Dan Fitzgerald's been with Jay Johnson at LSU, is with Dan Hefner at Dallas Baptist, so he's been with two of the better hitting guys around in terms of creating offense, and that hasn't changed since he's been at KU. They've been able to hit since he's been there. Hopefully we can expose some things. Hopefully our pitchers can hold those guys down, but you got two different types of offenses you have to really prepare for. I think KU's got 100 homers, and like I said, Northeastern's got 200 stolen bases, something crazy like that. You don't see that stuff in our league, really. Like, guys don't run like that in the SEC. And it's like facing, if you're a football team, it's like facing a service academy almost,
Mm-hmm.
If you're an SEC football team, just like you don't see it.
Yeah.
So the preparation for those teams is tough. Now, it still comes down to the bottom line is throwing strikes. The bottom line is playing good defense, and the bottom line is having quality at-bats no matter who you're facing. It really doesn't matter who you play. So I think that those things will always travel with you, and of late, we've been doing all of that, mostly. We've been playing decent enough defense. We've been throwing enough strikes. We've been having some good at-bats. And I think if you do those things, no matter who you're up against or what they do or what they want to do, you can quell a lot of that by just doing your job, which is those things that I mentioned.
The SEC meetings are going on, Coach, in addition to everything else going on in the world of sports right now, and they're discussing a lot about playoffs when it comes to football. There's an expansion of basketball coming up. There hasn't been any talk about changing anything with the baseball. Is it just the perfect championship, or is there something you'd like to see tweaked with the way you guys do things, other than maybe you guys being at home this week?
Yeah, other than maybe playing at home this weekend. That would be a tweak. But, no, I think that the NCAA tournament's great the way that it is in terms of from a baseball perspective. The other stuff with football and basketball, I just feel like they're constantly trying to change stuff, and they just create a whole bunch of arguments. Like, no one likes anything. You're never going to get everybody on the same page with anything, it seems like. But people seem to be fairly good with the way that we do things. I know that there's been some talk of 32 host sites in the past and just 3-game series. The regional that we're about to go to, and not just because of the teams that we're playing, but just the regional round in general, is the toughest thing that you do. And I think that people assume that Omaha's the hardest. Omaha's easy to manage, and the super regional is easy to manage because they're just games, and in Omaha you got days off. But the regional round is very difficult to manage. So I don't know if changing it makes any sense because the cream does rise to the top. And if you have more depth, it helps you be able to do some things in that fourth and fifth game you might have to play. But the regional round that we're about to go play is by far the most stressful thing that we do all year.
Have you been to Kansas Park before? When you coach at Mizzou, you'd have played there, right?
Oh yeah. I've been going to Kansas since I was 18 years old.
You mean you've been hating Kansas ever since you joined the Missouri baseball?
Yeah, I did. I did when I was at Missouri. I definitely hated Kansas. I think you have to. Like, you don't have a choice. That's like bred into you.
Yes.
I got a bunch of texts from a bunch of my buddies I played with at Mizzou, and they were just like, go get it. They still hate Kansas. I care less. I don't think I hate Kansas. But when you're at Missouri and you're a player or you're a coach, you're required to hate those guys. So yeah, I've always had some hatred in my heart for Kansas, and like obviously when you change places, and now I'm at Arkansas, I don't know who I'm supposed to hate now. I'm supposed to hate Texas.
Yeah,
you're too laid back to hate anybody, man.
But I'm supposed to hate Ole Miss too.
We do hate,
and then I was supposed to hate LSU also. So we hate a lot of people.
Coach, you got to have a little.
Yeah,
more
I don't know who to hate now, but when I was a player at Missouri, I absolutely 100% hated Kansas. So
yeah,
I've been there a lot though. I've been going to Lawrence since I was 18 years old.
Yeah, I was going to pile on Kansas because as an Iowa State graduate, I definitely hated Kansas, mostly basketball. We didn't have baseball, so I couldn't hate their baseball team. But what about their ballpark? I mean, again, it'll be shall we call it an intimate environment this weekend?
It used to be like a really large outfield, like big old outfield, and I think they moved the fences in, and it plays more offensive now. So they've changed some things about it since I've been there, but like I remember Kansas being kind of a graveyard. But not anymore. Like it plays super offensive now, and I think that's if you look around the country, like what doesn't play super offensive? You know, everybody seems like it's every yard it feels like it plays offensive, especially in our league. So I think that KU has done some nice things to make their ballpark play a little bit more conducive to the style of play they want to play. And yeah, I think it's like doesn't hold a lot of fans, but I promise you that place is going to be rowdy, man. We played at La Tech a couple of years ago in 21. And they held, I think, 2,500 people. And I thought, like, man, this is like playing an SEC game as rabid as their fans were. I bet you KU is going to be exactly the same way.
Yeah, hosting a regional is a big deal for them, I'm sure. So they got to be excited about it. We're talking
absolutely, man. And they deserve it. Yeah. They should be hosting.
100%. Yeah, if you win the regular season and the conference tournament, you absolutely should. Talking to Matt Hobbs, we're just tuning in on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline. Hogs headed up to Lawrence to take on Missouri State in the Kansas Regional. You're buddies with Jordan Wicks. We got a chance to be a part of his event together this year, and he got back to the big leagues and then had a really, really rough first inning yesterday. And again, I'm an ignoramus coach. We've talked about this enough. You understand this, but I thought he actually threw quite a few good pitches, and guys just either, got a little number that went through or whatever. I'm curious about from a pitching coach perspective, when you go back and watch the tape or evaluate, is it strictly results-driven, or is there some like, oh, yeah, he hit that, but that was a perfect pitch, or that was a good spot, or how do you sort of balance that?
It all depends on what you're telling your guys. Like, if you're telling your guys to pitch on the edges and they're pitching on the edges and giving up hits, then that's a good bad start. If you're telling your guys to throw to the middle of the plate and they're walking guys off the edges, even though they're making some quality pitches, then that's not a good start. If you're telling it really just depends on what you're telling them and what you're trying to get them to do. But yeah, I mean, I think that especially at that level, like you can make some just great pitches and, guys can, get a hit. And it's like, so the other day, Steele Eves was throwing against Georgia and he throws a cutter off the plate away to Trey Phelps, and it's where we wanted the pitch thrown, and it lands for a single, and I think they scored a run. And he comes off kind of pissed because he gave up a hit. And I was like, that pitch is 8 inches off the plate, and it's what we wanted you to do, and he hit it. So don't beat yourself up too much about this. As a pitching coach or any, like a hitting coach, pitching coach, head coach, you really have to evaluate your team's performance rationally after the game. Because in the moment, nobody does. In the moment, you're just mad. Right. And so are they. But you got to watch it, man. You got to watch the film. You got to make sure that, like, if they're not doing the things that you're trying to get them to do, you got to make some changes. If they are doing the things you got to get them to do, you got to be really honest with yourself. And was that the best plan? Did you give them a chance to succeed? So you absolutely have to really be hooked up on, what it is they're doing, what it is you're trying to get them to do. And then if you don't have empathy for how hard this is, then you need to get another job. This is a really hard thing that these guys do, whether it's hitting, pitching, or playing defense at this level, or certainly in the big leagues. Yeah. It's not like it's going to go well every time they do it. Like, they're going to have bumps in the road. They're not going to be perfect every time they go pitch or hit or field or whatever. And if you can't see that, then you shouldn't coach. Like, you're just getting angry for the sake of being angry. And then it's about you and not about them. Like, this is about our players getting them better, and still about our players and getting them better right now, even though we know we need to win this weekend or the season's over. We also need to get them better. We also need to help them keep developing. And that never stops. And the second it does stop and you're mad because they didn't pitch good and you're worried about how that's going to reflect on you, get another job.
I like that. The ABS was introduced at the SEC tournament. I'm curious about your thoughts on the execution of it and also the impact of it.
I like it. I think it's really good for the fans, and also they are talking about it widening the strike zone a little bit, which I'm in favor of. The execution of it, like, I felt bad for the umpires because they just rolled it out there, and I don't know what was given in terms of like a runway for those guys to prepare for it. I don't know. Maybe it was, but if it was just kind of like, here's what we're doing, that's tough on the umpires. I thought like the way that it was rolled out to the fans, though, was really good. And it's entertaining, right? I mean, there's a lot of really cool stuff that happens. And it hurt us against Georgia. They challenged a strike three, and then the next guy gets a hit, scores 2 runs, and it's like, man, knowledge of the strike zone really, really helps you. And if you look at the good teams, and I don't know how many people pay attention to this, like some of the best teams, they're not losing those challenges at the plate. Like, their hitters know the zone. And their catchers, the same thing. They're not losing a lot of challenges behind the plate because they know the zone. If that tells you anything about the ABS reveals anything, it's like, who's got awareness of the strike zone? Who knows what to, like, I think Auburn was about as good as I've seen in terms of just not chasing a lot of pitches and not leaving the zone. And they won a ton of challenges behind the plate with Fralick, and they did some things offensively too. It's like, they know the zone. And, that shows you what a good team looks like, good offense looks like. So I think that the ABS can show you some things too about like some of the teams you're playing or yourself or whatever. So I like the ABS. I hope we do it next year during SEC play for sure.
Okay.
Matt, these regional rounds so often are about, the ability to just smack the ball all over the place, which this team has done quite a bit at times. And then it's about pitching depth, which I really feel like in the last couple of weeks, your team has shown that now with DeCramer's emergence. Looks like Gibbler's got the slider back. There's pitch. Eves has the sinker. Looks like the two-seamer working a little bit better. Gackle looking like he did last year. There just are some signs that your pitching staff has gotten larger in terms of depth and just better overall when these guys have found their pitches that really make them who they are.
Yeah, I think I could agree with that. I mean, the one big one, the biggest one for me is like James DeCramer being back in the fold. And, thank God he's making me look like an idiot for not pitching him more, right? Like he's making me look really stupid, which is good. That's a good thing. But James has been great, just great for us. And he's lengthened out our pitching staff. And Tate McGuire's done the same thing at the front of a couple games. He did us a really nice job against Kentucky, good job against Tennessee. And then I should have probably not thrown him there against Georgia. He was dog tired and he just took the ball because he was a competitor. But that lengthened us out a little bit in terms of how we can do some different things. We had to staff 4 games in Hoover, which is ridiculous because of the injury to Dietz, and we couldn't start Gackle because of Dietz's getting hit with that line drive. So it killed 2 of our starters right there on one play. And essentially it was 4 staff games. And if you can get through 4 staff games in Hoover against really good teams, that shows you that you have some depth. Now, will that show up again next week? I hope so. Or this week, I hope so. I mean, we ran those guys hard in Hoover, and we've been trying to rest them aggressively the last 3 days, and I hope they get turned around so that they're ready to go. But I agree with what you said there, Phil. It shows up with some guys have made some adjustments, and I talked about Gabe earlier. I'm just so proud of the way that he's handled the season and how he's handled the expectations and then the lack of performance and then the role change, just a bunch of stuff, man. Gabe's just a stud. And I'm proud of the way that the guys are playing right now. I hope it continues. I don't know that it will. Who knows? Who knows when you go out and play again, like what it's going to look like. But I know that they're doing the right things. They're made of the right stuff, and they're going to get it done or they're not. It won't be because they don't have the effort. It won't be because they're not focused. It won't be because anything other than baseball is baseball, and it's weird sometimes. And, I hope that as a coach, I've done a good job preparing them, and I hope that our staff has done the same. And I'm sure that at least the other sides of the ball are very prepared. So I hope that we're prepared on the bump, and it's going to be fun to hook it up with one team that we have played and 2 that we haven't.
Yep. Safe travels. Best of luck, Coach. Thanks so much for the time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on. Love your show.
Thank you so much. That was the nicest thing I've heard in a while. Thank you, Matt Hobbs. That's good stuff.
He sounds like, why is he not a head coach?
He will be.
Yeah, he's somebody going.
Hit me back when Dave Van Horn retires.
Yeah,
Matt Hobbs practically is a head coach now.
I mean, he's man.
It's not a swipe on Dave either.
No. I'd like to have that. I'd like to have that dude standing next to me in the dugout.
The thing about Matt too is, and Phil will tell you this too, when you get him off the air, that's Matt Hobbs. He's just the coolest dude. Like, you could sit and talk ball with him for hours, and he's so analytical, but he's also a great visit.
That's why having him on a radio show is like, I wish we didn't have a commercial break. Like, we could do 3 hours with him.
100%. I'd love to get him to come hang out in the studio one day.
That's the first time I've really heard him in depth.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard him snippets, and I've always thought he was sharp, but man.
A thing I got to get into with him at some point, and this is existential stuff about what's going to happen in baseball in the future, is that there's going to be fewer rounds in the draft, and that Major League Baseball is going to be offloading player development somewhat to college baseball. There won't be as many minor league levels as there are right now, and there weren't as many minor league levels now as there were 4 years ago. So that's what the amount of money that college coaches make is so much more than professional coach, like the minor league. Maybe not necessarily a major league manager in some cases, but They are now so important in the development of players onto the future into Major League Baseball.
Joe, could you look up existential for me before you leave?
Okay, is that EGG?
EGG, eggs.
Eggs
are
essential.
eggs are essential. Yes.
Eggs, yeah, they're
eggs are essential.
Eggs come in dozens.
They have good cholesterol.
We had a very healthy lunch today. Had a blackened chicken wrap from Corky's. It is one of the many items on the $10 lunch menu. What a phenomenal $10 investment that is for anyone who has hunger pangs about this time of day.
Yeah, I beg to see you find something better than the ultimate chicken sandwich that Phil had. I choked down a chicken quesadilla, got a Big Joe burger, and then you ate the wrap. And those are all just off the charts, and you can get them for $10 daily. And then on top of that, we have those specials are every day. And then we have extra on top of that. And then our bar, you got $2 drafts all day. You got $4 margaritas to watch games at the bar from 4 to 7. There's other dinner specials from 4 to 7 that are $11 with a side and a drink that are phenomenal. Pork chops, chicken fried steak. I don't know if it's chicken fried steak, but they're just incredible deals from 4 to 7. And then we have catering and drive-through and bulk order, and all the pricing is everybody has great food, and I don't like to get into mine's better than yours or anything because there's so many that do it great, but you're not going to beat our price. I can tell you that.
That's for sure. It's delicious. Good work, Joe. I appreciate you. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Thank you. Good to have you, Phil.
Appreciate you, Joe.
Yeah, of course he does. Mouthful of fries. All right, we're going to hit a break, and as we do, I want to tell you about our friends at LeVar Law. When you hear hurt in a car, call LeVar. You know what we're talking about. For 30 years, Alan and his team have been taking care of people who have been injured in crashes around the great state of Arkansas. And they've heard that one simple line, hurt in a car, call LeVar. It's more than a slogan, though. It means personal attention from Alan and his team. And if you can't get to him, he will come to you. And they take on the insurance companies for you to make sure that you get the top dollar you deserve if you're hurt in an accident. Consultation costs you nothing. It's confidential, and you don't have to pay anything unless they win, which they do a lot of the time. Their phone number is 1-800-WIN-WIN-1, for goodness sakes. If you're hurt in a car, you call LeVar. LeVar Law, Injury and Accident Lawyers, Arkansas strong for 30 years. Arkansas trusted, Arkansas residents here for their fellow Arkansans. LeVarLaw.com.
Out of Bounds Hotline on 103.7 The Buzz is presented by D3 Auto Sales, Arkansas's #1 independent used car dealership, specializing in level and lifted trucks. D3AutoSales.com.
This is SportsCenter.
The Western Conference Finals continued in the NBA last night with the Oklahoma City Thunder taking Game 5 over the San Antonio Spurs 127-114. It was a slow shooting night for MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but he did his damage from the free throw line to lead all scorers with 32. It was OKC's role players who really made the difference, though, with 20 points each from Alex Caruso and Jared McCain. Game 6 is tomorrow night in San Antonio on NBC. Meanwhile, the Western Conference Finals in the NHL ended last night with the Vegas Golden Knights finishing the sweep of the Colorado Avalanche, taking Game 4 2-1. Vegas awaits the winner of Montreal and Carolina. Game 4 in that series is tonight on TNT, with Carolina leading 2-1. I'm Moose with the Buzz Radio Network.
Gas is so expensive these days, but not with fuel-efficient vehicles from Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway, like the Tucson's loaded with technology, and there's even a hybrid model.
Stop playing the gas pump lottery with new Hyundai hybrids with up to 50 miles per gallon, or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on new 2026 Tucsons and new 2026 Elantras. Start at just $22,995 at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway and online at chriscranehyundai.com.
Floyd Seafood on Kill Avenue in Sherwood has live Louisiana crawfish. Place your orders by 2 p.m. Thursday for weekend boils. Floyd's also has a store full of Cajun goodies. Floyd Seafood in Sherwood, your homesick Cajun headquarters for live crawfish. Order by 2 p.m. Thursday.
Take it from Arkansas greats, Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local.
making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
Your heart works hard for you every day. Are you taking care of it? UAMS Health makes it easy with our heart health screening. For just $99, you will receive a heart CT scan, cholesterol and glucose testing, kidney and blood pressure assessments, plus stroke risk screening, all with same-day results. If you're over 35 or have a family history of heart disease, this screening is for you. Healthy heart, healthy you, healthy future. Call UAMS Health at 501-603-1222. That's 501-603-1222.
106.7 Buzz 2 is your home for Arkansas Travs baseball. Hear every pitch, every crack of the bat on 106.7 Buzz 2. For the full calendar, go to Travs.com. It's the greatest game on dirt, and you can hear it all on 106.7 Buzz 2.
You're listening to The Zone, Arkansas's longest-running midday sports talk show with Justin Acri, Phil Elson, and Moose.
Hope you find it entertaining and enlightening.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
I do too. This segment is brought to you in part by our friends at FanDuel. And, of course, the NBA playoffs are continuing. Western Conference Finals back tomorrow. And if you want to wager on them, they are here with a happy hour you do not want to miss. Special drops all the time. And you need to check back before every game because there are different ones that are loaded up there. Profit boosts and bonus bets. And, of course, you can always parlay things together like player points, rebounds, assists. Again, who's going to lead at the half, all sorts of things. Check every new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs. Don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the NBA action. FanDuel.com/Arkansas. While the Knicks sit, you can get paid in this OKC and San Antonio matchup. Got to be 21 up and present in Arkansas. Opt-in required and rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply. There's details there. FanDuel.com/Arkansas. Gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER. Okay. Let me get this call in here, and then I'm going to do a top 10 list, hit a couple things from our text line, brought to you by Middleton Heat and Air. Start with David. David, what's up? Welcome.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good, man. What's up?
Hey, I got a couple questions to ask Phil.
Sure.
First off, are they going to implement that challenge the pitches in the NCAA tournament?
No, they won't do it this year. Not all the stadiums are set up for it. I think what will happen next is that SEC games will utilize ABS challenge as early as next year. If not, then definitely 2 years from now, but it'll only be in the 30 SEC games and then the conference tournament. Then eventually you got to be able to get this into every ballpark in the country if you're using it for the NCAA tournament, I think.
I really liked it.
I do too.
I think it was pretty cool. Oh, and when y'all are picking it, when they're picking a pitcher to go in, like I think they put Colin Fisher in this last game. They put him in bases loaded or something, I think. But they put him in, and he come off a super bad outing the time before, and they throwed him in. How they regulate that, or to know? I mean, he had a good game.
Yeah, that situation is just a matter of you're playing in a game where your pitching depth is sort of tested, and you got to throw somebody into a situation that maybe you're not 100% comfortable with it. Early in the tournament, Colin wouldn't have been placed in that situation. But in the fourth game they're playing in that tournament, just like Coach Hobbs had said a moment ago, and there's all this pressure put on the bullpen because your starters hadn't really been able to give you many innings, you kind of need somebody at that moment to see if he can get the out, and Colin was the choice then.
All right, David, thanks for the call, man. We got to run. Appreciate you.
Hey, thank you a lot.
You bet. All right, I've got some texts here I want to get to, but we've got our Top 10 Tuesday from yesterday that we didn't get to. So we're going to have to do that now, or get to do it now. We're going to completely shift gears. We've been talking about bats and balls. Let's talk about rackets and balls. What do you say?
It's Top 10 Tuesday on The Zone, highlighting a different Top 10 list each week. Presented by the #1 gym, 10 Fitness. With 13 locations, they offer affordable, high-quality gyms with expert trainers. Join today, 10 Fitness. Your best life starts here.
All right, we're going to do a little trivia, boys, and you guys feel free to jump in on these, and we'll go through it pretty quick here, but it's actually 11 little factoids about the French Open, which I love watching, my second favorite tournament behind Wimbledon. All right, do you guys know who has the most titles in history from the men's side of things at the French Open?
Got to be Rafa.
It is Rafa. That's exactly right. 14 in total. More than double those of the second most, which is Bjorn Borg, who had 6. That's pretty amazing. Most women's titles. Exactly, that's cute. Most women's titles on the women's side. 7 is the number. Who is it?
Serena.
74, 75, 79, 80, 83, 85, 86.
Billie Jean King.
Incorrect. American, though.
Oh, Chris Evert.
Chris Evert, that's right. French player Suzanne Lenglen, second with 6. Most men's singles titles by country. It's a European country, but it's not France.
Germany.
No.
Slovakia.
España. 22.
Oh, duh, because Rafa.
Second most, 11 for Australia.
Duh. That's
Right?
on us,
Duh.
man. That's on us.
Unseeded players that win the French Open. Unseeded players. Last time it happened, 2021, Barbara Krejcikova.
Don't even know who that is.
Doesn't
she's
matter.
a tennis player.
How many do you think have done it all time?
Unseeded?
Unseeded.
In French Open history?
Yes. Men's or women's?
3.
5. Including one that you've heard of, Mats Wilander. Won in 1982.
Sweden.
See? Whatever they say there.
Whatever it is there.
Yes. French Open winner. Youngest of all time on the men's side. American?
Michael Chang.
Michael Chang, 17-3. 17 years, 3 months. Oldest men.
Frank Sinatra.
Duh. Rafa.
Is it not Jerry Lewis?
No, it's Rafa. Youngest French Open winner, women. This woman was good with a racket, not so good at fending off knife-wielding
Monica
psychopaths.
Seles.
Yes,
Did it happen at the French Open?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Oldest French Open women's player, somebody you've never heard of, Hungarian star Zsuzsa Kormakzi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Holds the record oldest. She was 33 when she won it in 58. Longest Open matches of all time in 1955, prior to the introduction of the tie-break. Sturgis D. McGregor set the record for the longest match.
Sturgis D. McGregor does
Sturgis
not sound like a tennis player.
And McGregor. Sturgis defeated McGregor.
Oh.
They wrote it out here funny. But I'm like, what a cool name. Sturgis D.
It's
McGregor.
even a better name. Come on.
Sturgis defeated McGregor 76 games in the 55 semifinals. 10-8, 7-9, 8-6, 5-7, 9-7.
Sturgis D. McGregor was the first NASCAR winner, probably.
I think
That's
Sturgis
what that guy
D.
sounds like.
McGregor is
70s cover
it's a
band.
landmark. It's a landmark legal case in the United States. Most match wins. Nadal hold the record, obviously 112-3. That's insane. Novak is 92-16, and most match wins all time women. Steffi Graf, the aforementioned, who your grandmother says is.
No, it wasn't. It was. I had the thing for Steffi Graf. Grandma liked Gabrielle Sabatini because she's so pretty.
Everybody liked Gabriella Sabatini because she's so pretty, and she was indeed that.
I love the idea of her just pointing her out, like, go get her. Why not her?
Go talk to her.
You
Phil.
guy over here in the stands, go talk to that famous tennis player.
I don't think you're
She'll
probably
love
in the
you.
same stadium with her,
I
right?
think we were on the same continent.
Well, she played in the United States on occasion.
But not
Even
when
more
Grandma was
reason.
pointing her out to me.
Just go find her.
How could she not like you? How could anybody not like you?
You're a nice Jewish boy. How
Yes,
could anybody
Jerry.
not like you?
Yeah. My friends at Oaklawn are alive and well, and even though there's no horse racing, at least not live on the track, we got the Belmont Stakes coming up, boys, and you can bet on it through your Oaklawn Anywhere account. That's bet.oaklawn.com. Phil mentioned it earlier, but some headliner entertainment coming up as well. Sawyer Brown, July 17th. You got a Jason Bonham Zeppelin show coming up August 28th. Amy Grant, September 18th, and Matt Matthews is a comedian, November 21st. Tickets at oaklawn.com. Great dining options all year round. Hang out at the pool. Go eat at the restaurants there. Kick it in the casino, which is smoke-free, by the way. And buy your tickets online. You can book your rooms there, too. Astro Spa, outrageously good. Folks at Forbes think the most of it. 4 stars. Hello. How do you do? Information at oaklawn.com. Bet.oaklawn.com to get down on the horse racing here in the Belmont Stakes. And of course, can take advantage of your FanDuel account if you want to bet some Oaklawn sports. All right, we are back in a moment. It's 11:50.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville is your headquarters for pool and spa chemicals. Luxury Pool and Spa is ready to get your pool balanced and swim ready with Pool Life and Baquasil Pool Chemicals. Luxury Pool & Spa is also a proud dealer of Polywood Outdoor Furniture, climate-tough materials, color stay technology, and the 20-year warranty. If you're thinking about a hot tub, they have the amazing Caldera hot tubs in stock on their showroom floor. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool & Spa. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Victor Wembanyama was tossed from a playoff game for swinging his elbow into the face of Naz Reid. Wemby is a unicorn, likely to revolutionize the sport. But you can't elbow opponents in the face, son. It still rankles that the Spurs landed David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and now Wemby. I will never root for San Antonio. Never. This young Frenchman is soon to be the best player on the planet. But just watch those bows, kid. If Wemby walks into one of Double B's 34 stores in Arkansas, he will be greeted with a warm, "Welcome to Double B's," just like you will be. Stop by and check out our specials each month to save a little do-re-mi. Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
Hey, Heath Boothby here on the lot at Crane Hyundai of Little Rock off Colonel Glenn. We are rolling into summer, and that means great savings. We have Tucsons and Santa Fe's at 0% financing for up to 60 months. Hey, you want big savings and great gas mileage? We have $3,000 off all new Elantras, cars that get over 40 miles to the gallon. Come see why me and my team are Little Rock's #1 choice for sales and service here off Colonel Glenn, Crane Hyundai of Little Rock. Visit us online at cranehyundaioflittlerock.com.
River Valley Tractor is here to help you turn your dream projects into reality. You love your land, and you have plans for it. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love the great deals on their versatile, reliable lineup. Stop in today for the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, 0% financing available or save up to $5,500 on select compact tractors. Sale ends soon. Go to rivervalleytractor.com for more information.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Zone, Arkansas's longest-running midday sports talk show with Justin Acri, Bill Elson, and Moose. FM radio.
Yeah, the hosts are beyond disgusting.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
We've had very little windows for Moose to chat with us today, but I want to thank you and commend you for all the hard work and getting us up and running when we're all over the world. And, hey, it's not that much easier when we're sitting here in the other room in the same studio. So... good work, my man. I appreciate you.
Thank you, brother.
This is our 7th show together, and it's the first time we're actually all here.
I know. We need to commemorate it somehow.
Well, I just ate one of your wife's cookies. Does that make me officially commemorate it?
You can't commemorate anything by eating something.
It's a good... We commemorate stuff by drinking all the time. Why can't we? I think chocolate chip cookies are a great way to do it. If anybody brought champagne, I'll happy to have a glass.
But you have to have a toast, a cookie toast then.
Okay, I'm fine. I'll have to eat another cookie?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, darn.
Those are good. I don't really try to eat that kind of thing during the day, but here we are. I'm going to make an exception. You know what is underrated in a cookie is salt, and they have the perfect combination of sweet and salt in there. It's really nice.
She knows what she's doing.
It's a good kiss of the salt.
I remember thinking the first time I learned, wait a minute, there's salt in ice cream?
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's very key. Key. All right, here we go. A couple of things from our text line. Thank you, Middleton Heat and Air. By the way, Ron Humphrey, who's a great dude, works for Middleton, has for a long time, is going to join us in studio next week to talk about things you need to be doing and ways you can save money on your bill this summer. Because here's the thing. Every dollar, and I used to tell my kids this, every dollar we don't spend on the electric bill, we can spend on other stuff. Okay? Pretty smart. Like yesterday, I used my practical brain, and guess what I did? It was going to be $30 for me to get the Cubs game. It's for a month of MLB TV. Instead, I went to Dugan's Pub, sat down, had a beer, had a snack, Natalie had a drink. We watched the game. $30. That's just using your noggin, my friends. I got snacks and a drink.
That's
Same
true.
price.
I buy MLB.TV every year.
Yeah.
And I can get the Cubs because that's one of the teams that's not blacked out here in Arkansas.
That would have been one of the cheapest deals. Just come to your house and watch for free.
You're always welcome.
Thank you. Next time I'll do that. But I enjoyed being at Dugan's. Does Phil live in Little Rock and travel to Fayetteville for home series? This person from the 501 is nosy, wants to know.
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what I do.
Why
I don't just travel up there for home series. I travel up there even for road series so I can travel with the team, travel there for football and women's basketball games.
Why are the full shows not being put on the app anymore? I'm missing not being able to listen. I might try to work on that and get the Apple version linked to the app. We used to link Spotify, but they kept flagging our stuff because it had music in it. God forbid we play music that we pay ASCAP and BMI and all these other people for the on-air, but apparently doesn't cover us on the stream. A whole nother rigmarole. So that's why we have a thing called Buzz Show Clips on Spotify, which we pull out our best segments and interviews. Matt Hobbs will be on there today for sure. And
Already up.
And then Apple has the full show. So if you go to Apple Podcasts, it's all there.
And I believe if you go to the Buzz website, that's where you'd see the full episode, right?
Should be, but I'm not sure. I have to see if we're still posting from Spotify or not, so I'll double-check that.
Okay.
I do know there's been a problem with Drive Time and with Out of Bounds, and so we're checking into that. Great. Another AI Trey Shapp exclusive coming soon. Hopefully it's not a guarantee about a new head football coach. Get your dirty hands out of our special cookies. No, go ahead. I'm just kidding. You know we're in the doldrums. You can have one. I'm just kidding. I'm going to take one. Okay, fine. You know we're in the doldrums of summer when there's a top 10 list about tennis. Bro, it's a major. It's the French Flippin' Open. What's your problem? This guy says, give us a top 10 list of the hottest Hollywood actresses who French kiss the best. Well, how would I know?
I think you got to get the actors on with you first.
Speaking of kissing, Natalie is watching Euphoria. I haven't seen a single episode.
I've never watched.
I'm watching it last night with her. I'm like, this is the essence of the word titillating.
It is.
This is
wild.
all about, like, can we do stuff that's really edgy and controversial and or sexy the whole time?
Hey, there was a show when I was 13 years old called Dream On. It's one of the first big shows on HBO. That was titillating, too.
We need a daily segment of Phil impersonating his grandmother. It's gold, says John Mark.
Oh, you get to do radio today. Well, go have fun at the office.
From the 870, we need more of Phil with the accent.
Come visit us in Florida next time you can, Phil.
Florida.
It's Florida. We're from New York.
It's Flawrida. Florida.
We live in Plantation now.
Ah, Plantation. Been some good football players at UCA on a Plantation.
It's a lovely place. You should come visit.
Had a really good receiver out of there and a running back. Existential. Learn it, love it, live it. I may just be a figment of your imagination. Thank you, Ron and Pine Bluff. You are a very special texter. We're back in a moment. It's 11:58.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
We know it, and we're proud of it. 103.7 The Buzz.
The Honda Ride Red and Save Green sales event is happening at Honda Russellville. Get more done with a Pioneer 700 or 1000 side-by-side. Swing a leg over a dependable 4Trax Rancher ATV. Take your crew in a 4-seat Pioneer 704 or 5-seat Pioneer 1005. Bonus bucks on select models plus low-rate financing for qualified buyers. Visit HondaRussellville.com.
For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and close the side vents and doors when operating a side-by-side. Honda side-by-sides and ATVs are for riders 16 and older.
Lost in the business jungle? From new solo proprietors to established multi-owner companies, don't monkey around with your business. There's nothing better than Lion Guidance. Hire Lion Legal. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. Whether in negotiations or war, all businesses need the roar. For exceptional communication and exceptional results in all business-related legal matters, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
Catch the Buzz's ticker on our social media platforms presented by Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville, celebrating 50 years in business. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Runners in Central Arkansas are gearing up for a big race on this year's Global Running Day. The Big Trail Run, which supports Little Rock Parks and Rec, will be June 3rd at War Memorial Golf Course. It also marks 50 years of organized races here in the capital city. Organizers say the event has something special for everyone. And get this, collegiate boxing is coming to Little Rock. Arkansas Baptist College is partnering with War Boxing Academy. WAR stands for Will, Attitude, and Resilience. The two organizations are hosting an open house tomorrow morning for more details. It will be held at the ABC Boxing Academy on MLK Drive at 11 a.m. There is going to be a boxing demonstration of skills and drills that the students can learn. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on The Zone by Rainbow Restoration. When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, damage from water, smoke, fire, or mold, let Rainbow Restoration make you whole again. RainbowRestores.com. They restore, you recover.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Joel Young.
Areas of dense fog will be possible to start the day on Wednesday with otherwise partly to mostly cloudy skies and maybe a brief shower. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s, then through the day on Wednesday will be mostly cloudy and warm. Highs around 82 with a 60% chance of more scattered showers and storms. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Fox 16 Chief Meteorologist Joel Young.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tennis fans, get ready for world-class tennis at the UAMS Health Little Rock Open. Presented by the Worsham Law Firm, May 24th through May 31st at the Rebsamen Tennis Center in Little Rock. Exciting hardcourt action on the ATP Challenger Tour. Admission is free. The tournament benefits the bone marrow transplant program at the UAMS Winthrop P. Rockefeller Cancer Institute. For more information, visit LittleRockOpen.com. LittleRockOpen.com.
Hello, Buzz listeners. It's Chris Zender here, General Manager at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep, and I've got some exciting news. If you've been thinking about upgrading your ride, now is the time. Right now, get no payments for 90 days plus 0% financing on select new Rams and heavy duties and Wranglers, Gladiators, Durangos, Pacificas, and Grand Cherokee models, all with available 0%. Need a new truck? We've got up to $12,000 off plus 72 months at 2.9. If you're looking for a family vehicle, we got $7,000 off the all-new Voyager. Plus drive home in a new Compass with rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. And listen to this. We're paying more for trades than ever before, even if you don't buy from us. We need the inventory, and we're going to pass that money on to you. Inventory's moving fast on the new, and these offers will not last long. Come see us today on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com and get pre-approved in minutes at FletcherCredit.com.
Everyone at U.S. Truck Accessories would like to extend their gratitude to the great customers that have supported them for 24 years. U.S. Truck wants to show you all how much you're appreciated. With family vacations on the horizon, U.S. Truck will install all bed covers purchased during the month of May at no additional cost. That's right, free installation on bed covers. Make your vacation better with a visit to U.S. Truck Accessories and save some of your hard-earned money. U.S. Truck Accessories in Searcy or Conway. Work hard, play hard.
Catch the Buzz's ticker on our social media platforms presented by Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville, celebrating 50 years in business. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com. Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Bluebell doesn't fudge on deliciousness. Our new black raspberry fudge ice cream in pints and half gallons combines black raspberry flavored ice cream with dark chocolate flavored chunks and a chocolate fudge swirl. The result is real. Taste the truth.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Walmart Supercenters and neighborhood markets.
Gas is so expensive these days, but not with fuel-efficient vehicles from Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway, like the Tucson's loaded with technology, and there's even a hybrid model.
Stop playing the gas pump lottery with new Hyundai hybrids with up to 50 miles per gallon. Or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on new 2026 Tucsons and new 2026 Elantras. Start at just $22,995 at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway and online at chriscranehyundai.com.
You're in the zone. Arkansas's longest-running midday sports talk show, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
With your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson, on the Buzz Radio Network.
So unlike everybody else.
All right, here we go.
In spite of the
Our final hour. We still have a What the Hell segment. Susan Irwin Prowse is in, thanks to Willie D's, and a whole lot more. Phil Elson here, Justin Acri, and Moose. And appreciate Joe Klein coming up. Great visit with Matt Hobbs. If you missed it earlier, it is posted to our podcast sites, including Buzz Show Clips and Spotify. And also, you can check it out on Apple Podcasts.
You tried twice to get the starting pitcher out of him. He didn't bite.
Did you see me try to Jedi mind trick him? I was
You can't Jedi mind trick a Jedi.
These are not the droids you're looking for. These are not the droids I'm looking for. Okay.
He knows there are no droids.
Well, he knows me too, and he knows I'm a sneaky bastard, and he is not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I can tell you that right now, no matter how many times I try. I love Matt. I would never want to get Matt. In fact, I would never want him to tell me, actually. I just want to ask him because I don't want to get him in trouble.
He's the best. I love standing there in the dugout with him during batting practice, just talking.
I was going to ask you, would you have hit the dump button if he did accidentally bring it up?
Hell no! I'd have been like, scoop! Like, take that, Trey Shapp. We got a scoop over here.
I love you said it's going to be either a lefty or a righty, either a tall lefty or about a 6-foot righty, which I guess 6 feet is not tall then.
It's Gackle or Dietz. I think it's pretty safe to say.
Who should it be?
Gackle.
I like the idea of Gackle because I do like the idea of Dietz on a Saturday against a team that won a game the day before.
I'm guessing Kansas, no offense, Northeastern, will not throw their number one guy on day one either. But maybe they will.
Maybe they will. I don't know. At your own, yeah. I'm not sure about Kansas's pitching in that sense. And they have. I don't know what Big 12 baseball is like, but I also know that you get guys on base for a team like Northeastern, and all bets are off because you're gonna end up putting your head on a swivel. And hopefully, if Kansas, they need to be really kind of fundamentally sound in the field against a team like Northeastern.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, a running team like that can make it a really long and embarrassing day for a team.
I don't know if you've read your contract, Phil. With our relationship with FanDuel and Oaklawn, you're not allowed to say all bets are off ever again on the air. It's against
all bets are on
the rules.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
Well, this is some sad news that I saw yesterday, and I know a lot of you already talked about it probably, but I did not, so we're going to mention it, and if you missed it, this will be news to you. Laura Rutledge, who we all adore, has revealed she's stepping down from SEC Nation after more than a decade on the show. The 37-year-old talented lady has walked away from the pregame college football program in order to expand her NFL assignments. She's like, I don't care for working on Saturdays, only Sundays. Or whatever she said. Anyway, 10 years ago, she says, I walked onto the set not fully knowing what the journey would become. Today, I walk away knowing it became one of the most meaningful chapters in my life. We go so far back with Laura. Trey was interviewing her back in the day when she had her maiden name, when she was a Florida Gator. But she is a very talented woman. Obviously, loved having her in for the Little Rock Touchdown Club, and I wish her nothing but the best. But we will certainly miss her on Saturday mornings, and I'll be curious to see who they stick in that spot. I will throw my hat in the ring, but I don't think anybody's going to consider me a good replacement. However, I will say this. I do have experience in this realm. I was the unlucky dope that took the spot that Joan Early vacated at KTV years ago. When she moved to Columbia, Missouri. And safe to say the people around the newsroom in all of Arkansas were extremely disappointed.
Slings and arrows coming at you?
Yeah. They're like, you get rid of her for this? She left on her own accord. They didn't get rid of her. But
You know
anyway.
who's terrific? I think she's wonderful. Also is Alyssa Lang on SEC
she does a
Network.
good job.
She's terrific. Got a great personality.
Mm-hmm.
But she also, that's the thing, is you end up big on SEC Network and then you go somewhere bigger. Kaylee Hartung did that. Laura is now doing it too, and for very good reason.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think you'll agree with me on this one. I'm on board with this. A new survey of 5,000 Americans reveals widespread cheese consumption. 52% identify as cheese obsessed. 54% seek cheese specifically for protein. The Talker research study found 16% eat cheese constantly. 61%, not literally constantly. 61% consume it frequently. Cheese ranks the favorite food for 82% of respondents. Cheddar leads the preferences at 77%. I'll take a smoked Gouda over anything on the planet.
Well, there are about 18 different versions of cheddar at the grocery stores now. There's about 12 different levels of sharpness, light, extra, double extra, white,
I like
yellow.
a white cheddar. I like a white cheddar.
I just like a cheddarish cheddar.
I like a cheddarish cheddar, too.
I like a horseradish cheddar.
I like all cheddars.
I like all kinds of cheese.
I like all kinds of cheese, too.
They're so good.
The stinkier, I don't care. I like blue, goat, name it, I'll eat it.
Are you going to be okay with me bringing cheese to every show we do together? Because I've got
1,000.
some in the fridge here today.
What kind?
White.
Gruyere?
Cheddar.
Oh, white cheddar. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I love
Goes
it.
with grapes and nuts.
Dutton Ranch achieved its biggest series launch, or the biggest series launch in Paramount Plus history, reaching 12.9 million views within 7 days. The spinoff and the first 2 episodes of it surpassed the previous record held by Mobland, which garnered 8.8 million in 2025. The episodes also aired on linear Paramount Network, averaging 2.9 million total viewers, according to the Nielsen folks. The series continues Beth and Rip's story, and they purchased some South Texas ranch. I guess they're going to be cattle farmers or ranchers or whatever you call them.
Kind of out on the Taylor Sheridan universe.
I
Kinda done
concur,
with that,
but I
yeah.
saw a reel of the show, and it looked pretty intriguing. Beth's out there hawking their beef and how great it is.
It worked
And
on
this
you.
guy's like, this is mythical beef. How did you get this? Oh, you bought that ranch in South Texas? Wow.
You're a scriptwriter, Justin. Never realized you were good at that.
This guy was really into it. That's what happened.
I gave up on, well, I shouldn't say gave up, because I'm bad at watching shows that are good. I don't make it through full season. You know, I'm still in the middle of season 2 of Ted Lasso for the last 3 years.
That's embarrassing.
I'm not going to get through it.
You travel too much not to watch the rest of Ted Lasso. Download it.
No, I lose my interest in things too much.
Not Ted Lasso. I can't wait for the next season when he coaches a women's team.
I have so much to catch up on.
Soundgarden's in the news. Soundgarden guitarist Kim Thale reveals the band is finishing unreleased songs featuring late vocalist Chris Cornell. Now, a lot of people, this will mean a lot to. Some people are like, who is Chris Cornell? And I feel bad for you. After resolving a legal dispute with Cornell's estate, the surviving members, including Matt Cameron, who was the drummer for Pearl Jam for some time, and bassist Ben Shepherd, are working on decade-old demos. They're very rough. They're sketches, he says. What we have to do is finish the sketches that we're in the process, and we're in that process. Matt Cameron left Pearl Jam last year, and they haven't toured since. And I'm very disappointed in that. I would like to see them again soon. Maybe they'll put out a new album. I don't know. But now I understand why. Obviously, he had some other things he wanted to do.
I have not seen Pearl Jam live since Lollapalooza 92.
Well, it's time to go see him again.
They were new then.
one.
They were like new and hip, and Eddie was jumping off of speakers and everything. It was wild.
Well, they're still hip. They're just not new.
Number one on my list that I haven't seen.
All right, next time
That's
they
the
go, they get a show, we're going to go. I have seen them, and Natalie's seen them. We have not seen them together. Has Julie seen them?
No.
Okay. Well,
No.
we should all go. Double date.
On both our lists.
You're welcome to come too. Fifth wheel.
I'll bring somebody.
Okay.
Or something.
Steffi Graf.
We call that the player to be named later.
That's what it is.
Yeah, well, Andre's going to be a little pissed if he takes Steffi. But over the weekend, the box office, The Mandalorian and Grogu dominated Memorial Day weekend with $100 million domestically. Take that, critics.
And they
Suck
got some
it
of
on
my
Rotten
money.
Tomatoes. And you liked it.
I enjoyed it.
Yes.
It's all about expectations, and I'm very easy to please.
The other one that I do want to see, Obsession, I don't want to see it, but my kid does, and Allie does, so we're going to go see it. The horror film Obsession secured second place with an unusual 39% increase during the Memorial Day weekend, $30.3 million through Monday. The $1 million production has generated $75 million worldwide. These horror movies always do great. Always do great. I'm going to wait for streaming on Michael, but I do want to see it.
The director of this movie, is a sketch comedy guy.
Okay.
And so he's going the same path as Peele, as Jordan Peele. Yeah, moving on from that and doing some
very well done horror movies.
Susan is here. We will visit with her momentarily. Let me get a quick call in from Shane, who wants to talk some baseball Americano. What do you say there, Shane?
Yeah, hey, I just want to make a shout out to the Courtney Neifel and the softball team. I'm so proud of them.
Shane?
And I think they got
Can you time out for a second?
Shane?
Are you talking through a marshmallow?
Yeah.
If you're not speaking directly into your phone, maybe you can. Maybe you're talking through a headset or something.
Let me call back.
No, you're fine. I can hear you. It just would, if there's a way for you to sound more clear, I want you to. But you said something about Courtney Neifel, and you want to congratulate her.
Yeah, I'm so proud of the team and everything like that. I was going to ask you, on my channel, guy, it's listening to the game, some other game on ESPNU. Is it supposed to be on ESPNU or what?
The channel for Arkansas softball or baseball?
No, baseball.
The baseball's on ESPNU at 5 o'clock, not 5:30. 5 o'clock on Friday. The softball team plays at 8:30 Thursday, and I don't know the television situation on that. Do you know, Phil Elson?
I think that's an ESPN thing. I can find that out pretty quickly for you because I'm pretty sure ESPN shows the whole thing.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, it's ESPN2.
Phil, I really like your broadcast. I really appreciate you, and I'll hang up.
Thanks, Shane. I appreciate it.
I think he was talking to me.
I love bringing you the broadcast. So does Justin.
Oh, sorry. I don't know which broadcast he's talking about. I'll assume it's the baseball one. Good job, Phil. You're awesome. Woo! I think we have a new open for Susan.
Really?
Moose?
No.
Yes?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Boo!
Were we supposed to?
Yeah. You know what Boo and Moose have in common? 2 O's.
Hey, what was the instructions for the new opening?
What do you mean?
Like whose idea and when and what?
Whatever Moose's brain does for him, but I need something different.
Would you like to construct your own open, Susan?
I'm tired of these dead piano notes at the beginning of this thing. Ding, ding.
Okay, on the list. On
ding.
the list.
It could be.
I can't stand
There
it.
it is.
I'm over it. I hate that. It absolutely grates on my nerves, like fingernails on a chalkboard. And this Elton John guy's never going to make it.
Keys to the Weekend with Susan Irwin-Prouse is brought to you by Willie D's. Established in 2003, Willie D's has grown into the premier nightlife venue in the Little Rock River Market. Willie D's. Come and get your Willie on.
You know, not only are you getting a new location, I just did the math in my tiny little brain. Next year's 25 years of Willie D's.
Yeah.
Wow. I just found out last week that we're 250 in the United States this year. I've been a little slow on the uptake on that.
Is that a semi-sesquicentennial or something?
No, sesquicentennial is 150, but there is a name for 250, but I don't know what it is.
I'm going to look it up.
It is, yeah. Look it up because
it's a quarter of a millennia. I don't know. Susan, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Moose, listen up.
Semi-quincentennial.
Semi-quincentennial. All right.
Okay, because quints would be 5, semi would be half of that, 250. There you go.
Semi-quints. Susan,
Yes.
Moose ignores this a lot of the time.
Oh, okay.
Already.
Well,
He's already caught on to that. But
I'm here.
I want you to listen up real close on this one. What are your top 3 most requested songs that you play in the piano bar of Willie D's? Number 1.
In general, like
In
for
general.
all years, not right now, but all years.
I think in recent years.
Okay.
Last three years. What are your top requests?
And is it at Willie D's?
Yes.
I'd say Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
That was going to be number 1 out of my mouth. Yep.
Okay.
Sweet Caroline.
Okay.
And so top 3 only. Brown Eyed Girl.
Okay, I'm fine with any of those. Put that little nugget in there. Or, a mashup of all 3. Whatever you prefer.
I love Journey.
Do you?
Yep, that's one thing y'all learn about me. I love Journey.
Did Don't Stop
All of
Believing start getting super popular again with that after the Sopranos finale?
Probably. I mean, it's just always been like that, the song that just, I don't know. I mean, some people kind of argued that it was dying down, but no. I mean, I use it a lot. Even if it doesn't get requested, I use it and people react.
It's
so.
got a great build.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
The
White
Sweet
Sox
Caroline
brought it
thing
up?
is the Sweet Caroline thing is so funny because everybody associates that with the Red Sox, but I don't even think that was really a thing in Boston games until 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And now I guess you can't picture it without it.
Right.
Well, I'll say if you're a Boston fan or know about it, then you know that is. But most people, if they aren't fans, they still like. 'Cause I think we come out of the womb going bye bye bye. You know,
Yeah.
like for real. I'm like, how do these people, all these generations? I guess the grandmothers and mothers, and go into weddings, and I don't know, but or maybe just the song lends to that doing it. You know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, what's going on in entertainment other than? I mean, I guess we're gonna start with Willie D's like we always do, which is great, but not sure what else is happening this weekend.
There's a lot going on. So we still are in the festival season. Of course, it's summertime, so lots of events.
Before we go there, give me the recap of the state, the county fair.
Pulaski County Fair. It went well. We had a few rain issues. We had to close on Tuesday because of the rain, but we had a great time and it was a lot of fun. I will say, this time of year, the weather always keeps you on your toes. So if better weather would happen, that'd be only a way it was any better than it was already. We had a lot of good times. Good music in our beer garden down there, and we're looking forward to next year. And we'll say thank you to Oaklawn Hot Springs, our presenting sponsor, as well as AY Media Group. They were our media presenting sponsor, and Arkansas Municipal Equipment was our petting zoo sponsor. So all of them show love to the station, so appreciate their support. But yeah, no, we had a good time, and I'm going to head into the calendar here because there's lots of festivals and fairs still going on, of course, through this summer, and I'll hit those at the end of the segment. But of course, this is brought to you by Willie D's Dueling Pianos, and we are making our stamp over in the Argenta area with that building going up, but you can still find us alive and well at the Little Rock River Market. Dueling Pianos Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Downstairs, our Deep is still open. Deep will be open, but we are not taking our Deep Ultra Lounge with us to the next location. So come and get have some fun down there in Deep. We have our DJ spinning every Friday and Saturday. The Rev Room, I want to talk about our neighbors because you can always go to a show nearby and then head to Willie D's after. On Friday at the Rev Room, Dance Festopia. It's an EDM list of artists. And then Saturday, Josh Malloy. At Sticky's, Thursday, Cliff and I are bringing our full band with the steel guitar players. So Thursday night, we're debuting some brand new original music. We'd love for y'all to come out and see us on Thursday at Sticky's and then head to Willie D's after, which is what we will do as well.
Yes.
Ship of Fools on Friday and Dance Festopia on Saturday at Sticky's. The Hall on Saturday. Did you know Buck Cherry is here at the Hall on Saturday? Yeah, Buck Cherry.
What's Buck Cherry's big hit?
Crazy, you know what?
Oh, she's a crazy
gal.
But
crazy.
she's so good you get on top of it.
That's one of those songs at Willie D's you get a lot of requests for it, but you just bleep it out or come up with a fun word to insert, just like he did, crazy gal.
I have a real affinity for certain rap songs, and you have to be careful to edit it live as well. But yeah, that's good work there on short notice, Moose.
Yeah, well, also Afro Man gets requested at Willie D's a lot. I stay away from it, but that one's just that's like we got to wait until at least 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, when the kids leave.
Yeah.
Especially his latest stuff.
Yeah, right. Okay, so let's see. Whitewater Tavern, I want to shout them out. Of course, they always have great music Thursday through Sunday. Southern Tail Brewing Wednesday, Trey Johnson, and Thursday, Cam Shelton. Lots of artists and venues in Arkansas. And Little Rock, head to entertainersguide.com for any of this stuff because I can't hit all of the venues in Little Rock. North Little Rock, Four Quarter Bar, Friday night, Tina Costi Band. Saturday, and this is going to be a hard one, the Avagaz. I'm not going to...
Spell?
AHAFUGYEAHS. It wants me to say something that's not appropriate. Yeah, but hey, go out Saturday night, Four Quarter Bar. Heading to Hot Springs. Oaklawn Hot Springs has Pops Lounge every weekend. Luna Jams is there this Friday and Saturday. You've got Roger Scott and Mainline Sports Bar on Thursday. That is entertainment for sure. And then you've got Sawyer Brown coming up in the Event Center on Friday, July 17th. Let's see. You've got the Big Chill, Arlington, Blitz Pig, Washita Bar and Grill, the Ohio Club, all kinds of great bars and restaurants and venues to go and find music in Hot Springs. Conway, Mr. Lucky is at King's Live on Friday and Wiley Bigger on Saturday.
I love Mr. Lucky, and I've not been to King's Live, but I've heard nothing but good things. What day is he there?
Friday night, King's Live, Conway. And if you missed him on Friday, my next thing was to talk about Atkins. Atkins is my small town shout out. Blackwell Revival, and Mr. Lucky is there on Saturday. So
Blackwell Liquor Store Revival?
Blackwell, no. But before I move along, I have to say Arkansas Country Music Awards are on Monday. This is our 9th annual. It's a huge event. Cliff and I are up for some awards. King's Live is up for an award. There's so much fun every year. We have Ricky Skaggs and Crystal Gale performing amongst all of the artists. And so there are only like 70 tickets remaining. Go to arkansasmusic.org to get your tickets. Monday at Reynolds Performance Hall at UCA this next Monday. Big night for country music in Arkansas.
Time out real quick. If you want to get in on birthdays, 501-661-1037. Let's get our 3 players lined up for when Susan's done because we still have What the Hell and We have What's on Tap, and we got to check in with Wes, too. So.
I'll move to my last thing here.
No rush. You're good.
All
I just
right.
want to get people lined up.
Well, I will say Coyote Pine is a band on Thursday that's playing in El Dorado. They are a brand new band of all firefighters, and they're really good. Country band. Really
Okay.
good. So Coyote Pine, check them out on socials, but they'll be at Madhouse 101 in El Dorado on Thursday. And then we have I'll read off the festivals. Old Fort Days and Futurity and Rodeo in Fort Smith, Mosquito Fest in McCrory. I love this when I get to the festivals because their names are so fun. Wind Farm Fest, Eureka Springs Blues Party, and then the big one I want to talk about is Greer's Ferry Lake Fest this year over in Greer's Ferry, of course. Thursday, Ryan Harmon. Friday, Dirty Lindsay Drasco, Whiskey Bent Rebels. And then we have Saturday.
What's the venue?
It's over in it's in the city area. It's not on the lake technically, and it's a big huge field. It's a beautiful piece of land over there in Greer's Ferry. Yeah, and we play on Saturday night. We've got Whiskey Halo, then us, and then Tyler Kinch, and then the Front Men, which is a collection of front lead men for Lone Star, Restless Heart in Little Texas. So
that's outstanding. Okay, great.
Yeah, so that come out on this weekend out in Greer's Ferry, but head to entertainersguide.com. You have all of this every week updated on Mondays.
You have links there to that event, too?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, let's do birthdays. Before we do that, let me grab Savage here. He wants to play birthdays, but he wants to ask a question. Feel free, Savage. What's up?
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Phil. How do you think DVH is going to handle the SEC tournament moving forward? You know, after what they went through this year and kind of disappointment not hosting. How do you think he's going to, moving forward, how he'll react to the SEC and play it different? Do you think he'll play it the same?
Maybe he'll handle it the way that Texas handled it. But part of that is you have the luxury to handle it that way when you feel that you have secured top 8.
Right.
So that's partially what it's about, I still don't think that they'll go into next year's SEC tournament just like, well, it didn't help us last year, so we're just going to treat this as if it's some, practice week. But I do think they may change a little bit of the idea of overwork. No, I don't think they overworked pitchers, but just not putting too much into the outcomes of these games that they mean much for the committee, because they just don't.
Next year, when Dave puts Carson Brumbaugh on the bump to start the first game, and has him playing shortstop in the same game at the same time, that's where Dave has had enough of this nonsense with the tournament.
That's true. I wonder if they'll be at a place where you're going to just hope to be one and out. But if you're number one in the country, you have that luxury. If you're 16 or 17, you think of it this way: if they would have beaten Georgia, they would be a host. All right, so maybe the tournament does mean something. You just have to win the thing.
Yeah, in some years.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Brewski's Pub and Grub. Your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night. With locations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Come get your grub on.
Yes, do that. This guy is by the way, Savage, you're with Phil. David, you're with Moose. Keith, you're with Kevin, you're with, I don't want to write down Keith. His name's Kevin. Kevin, you're with Susan. Sorry. I forgot to do trivia, too. My bad. The very first film ever to be rated PG-13. I'm going to start naming people that were in the movie.
Red Dawn.
Wow, how did you know that?
Because I know that.
That is a really good no. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wolverines!
I saw that movie when it came out.
I did, too, 100 times. I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
So
Jennifer Grey, C. Thomas Howell.
So then what's the
great late Patrick Swayze?
What's the movie that forced the issue of we need a new rating? Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, showing them your heart. That's what edged us towards PG-13.
Oh, wow.
No time for love, Dr. Jones. Indy!
Cover your heart, Indy!
How old is that movie? I don't know what year Red Dawn came out. What'd you say?
84.
84. Okay, very good.
Wow. I feel like we got some competition over here with this one.
Today's also National Flip Flop Day. On this day in history, the Chrysler Building in New York was open to the public. It was at the time the tallest man-made structure in the world. What year did they open it, Moose?
I don't know, man.
I wasn't there either. It was
go.
before even I was born.
I'm going to go 58.
56.
There's a line from the movie Annie where Miss
gosh.
Hannigan says, I want the floors to shine like the top of the Chrysler Building. 1923.
1930, closer. Also on this day, pretty big structure, pretty important one. The Golden Gate Bridge opened to pedestrians on this day. In what year, Susan?
1938.
It was before even I was born. 1938, you said?
I don't know, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with
I think you're close. I'm going to go 35.
Ooh.
I'm going 28.
37. Susan almost nailed it.
Oh, man.
And on this day, sad news. Christopher Reeve, Superman, fell from his horse and was paralyzed. That documentary they did on him was incredible, though. If you didn't see it, it's quite good. What year did the tragedy befall Superman, Christopher Reeve?
Me?
Yeah, you.
What year? 84.
No.
97.
No.
92.
95. And Phil by a nose. All right.
He will always be Superman, by the way.
To me, I agree. He is the best. Birthdays. There we go. Hello, Beatles. All right, boys and girl. This guy is a talker, TV host, man show. Anyone?
Adam Carolla.
Adam Carolla. That's right. Not Jimmy Kimmel. The other one. Moose. Very good. Phil, how old is Adam Carolla today?
Adam Carolla is 56.
He's one of those few guys like Charles Barkley, old people and kids who can get away with saying almost anything.
Did you ever listen to his show where they did Love Lines on the radio with Dr. Drew?
Outstanding.
That was the greatest radio ever made.
And then it was great TV, too.
Yeah.
How old?
What did he say?
56.
I'm going to go 61.
55.
62. This guy's a rapper, one half of a very important band, group from Atlanta.
Big Boy. Andre 3000.
Andre 3000 Moose. Very good.
It's not Andre 2999.
How old is he?
Pass. Oh.
How old is he?
Oh, it's him.
He is 51.
Bingo, bango, big
Hey,
freaking fan.
wow.
Big fan.
This guy is a
Dumbo.
current linebacker in the NFL, in the NFC, in the NFC West. He is a former Razorback.
Dre Greenlaw.
Dre Greenlaw, Phil.
Nice.
He's in the AFC West now because he's with the
got
Broncos.
Traded, right?
I forgot. My bad. Still a Niner. How old is Dre Greenlaw? Played for the Razorbacks not too long ago.
32.
He's under 40, over 20. 32 is our answer.
He's 27.
I'm going to give
28.
I'm going to give the point to Moose. I already knew he was going to get it. 29. This guy was on Different Strokes.
What you talk about, Justin?
No, not him.
Tony Danza.
Old Tony Danza.
Bald. He's bald.
Tony Danza was not on Different
I'm
Strokes.
sorry. I was thinking what?
That's who's the boss.
Who's the boss?
Who's the boss? Dang it.
Willis himself. I
Yes,
just don't
Willis
remember his
himself.
name.
That's right.
Todd.
What you doing, Willis?
Bridges.
Todd Bridges,
Nice.
Phil. Very good. How old he be?
He's still alive?
Yeah, that's right.
He is 60.
You're thinking of Dana Plato. She's dead.
67. I think Bridges had his own problems, too.
He did. He had some
Everybody
issues.
on that show did.
Not Mr. Drummond. He's dead, though. How
That's
old?
a problem in and of itself.
Yeah, well, maybe not.
67.
What?
No.
You think that's old to die?
Is Bridges the only one alive then?
I think Mrs. Garrett's still kicking. I don't know.
No, she's not.
You said 67. I'm going 68.
73.
61. Guys, just a kid. This guy's a former Heisman Trophy winner. Some might argue one of the very worst ever to win the award.
Troy
Scott
Smith.
Frost.
Troy Smith. That's a good answer. He actually beat out my man, running back from Iowa State, who went back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons for the award in the 90s. Werfel is exactly
Ooh.
right. Almost sounds like awful.
He did win a national title that year, didn't he?
That doesn't mean it because of him.
Kind of might have been.
He was good. They should have given it to Troy Smith.
Isn't there a
not
quarterbacking
Troy
trophy
Smith,
named
Troy
for Danny
Davis.
Werfel?
Troy Davis. Big deal. How old's Danny Werfel today? Moose?
Let's go with 52.
Bingo. Bango.
What?
In your faces. And last but not least, this guy is one of the greatest nicknames in Major League Baseball history.
Jeffrey Leonard.
Not all at once, Susan. Calm down.
Andre Scalaraga.
Former Chicago White Sox
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
first baseman.
Canerco?
Nickname?
I am so disappointed.
Frank Thomas.
Frank
the
Thomas.
Big Hurt.
Thank you,
Nice.
Phil. You don't like his nickname?
I do like Jeffrey Leonard's nickname's the greatest of all time.
What is it?
Penitentiary Face.
Oh, that's a...
His teammates nicknamed him that because that was the look he always had on his face.
How old's Francis Thomas today?
Frank Thomas is 60.
Nope.
He doesn't look like it. Thanks to Nugenics. He is 70. No, 68.
Oh,
68.
no.
58.
58, Bingo Bango.
Whoa!
Big fan. Woo, loves those
He
Nugenics
was at the
commercials.
SEC tournament a couple years ago. Those Nugenics commercials, dude, he could still hit. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure of it.
Oh, he's hitting. Just not on the baseball field. You know
That's
what I mean?
right. That's he look like it too.
Sorry, Susan. That's really inappropriate. All right. Congratulations, David. You're the big winner. He's actually been holding on the longest, so that's cool.
Sorry for letting you down, David.
Well, that's a long
Again.
time to hold. Look at that.
I know, 20 minutes. When we come back, what the hell? And it's not a bad one. Maybe not up to Coach Kelly's standards. By the way, Coach Kelly's a big fan of the new Yellowstone show. Now, sometimes his ratings are a little iffy, but I'm willing to try it on his recommendation. This segment brought to you by our friends at Burroughs and Mr. Frank's. If you're riding your horse and you can't see where you're going, you should ride your horse over to Burroughs and Mr. Frank's. Now, I know you can do that because there's a collection of gentlemen who ride their horses through downtown Little Rock. And
I've seen them.
I was out Monday with a buddy of mine, and we were sitting at the Flying Saucer, and I'm like, is that a dude on a horse?
There were 4 of them.
5.
Is that legal?
Well, here's what should be illegal. And again, you got to clean up after your dog. This guy's horse took a dump on the sidewalk. I'm like, bro, come on, clean up after your horse, my man.
They make a sack for that.
I didn't need, it was a sack of bull, I'll tell you right now.
If the human can't do that, then the animal shouldn't be able to either.
I don't know if you've been downtown lately. There are people doing it too. Anyway, but most of them clean up after themselves. Anyway, here's the deal. As a rule of thumb, if your horse takes a crap on the sidewalk, clean it up. If your horse craps in the street, I don't care what you do.
But on the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk. We're walking over here. I'm walking here.
But I want to know where they live and what are they doing down there with their horses?
Just showing
sightseeing?
off. They're showing off, just like everybody else does. Just like the guys who drive around
Were
on
they
those
dressed up fancy?
three-wheel motorcycles that with the bright lights that play their stuff as loud as possible.
They pull up in front and like blare out.
And again, you guys are douchebags. I'm just going to tell you that, but that's beside the point. I'm trying to talk about something important. Here's the thing. The last thing you want to do is walk in poop. And if you don't see well, you want to make sure you have corrective eyewear from a great place. Burroughs and Mr. Frank's in the Heights, okay? Why look like everybody else when you can stand out without being loud or without having your horse take a... This could be the last time they're going to let me do this for them, but I'm telling you, it's going to be memorable, Nicole and Josh. Bear with me. You don't have to have a horse pooping on the street or a loud motorcycle to be cool. What you need to do is take yourself to Burroughs and Mr. Frank's and go get you some eyewear that's different from everybody else's. They have brands you can't find elsewhere.
I'm gonna go.
Cartier and Gucci.
Ooh.
And Salt and State Optical, and you'll never step in anything you don't want to step in again because you'll see perfect with your untrammeled vision thanks to your Zeiss lenses, which are earth-shatteringly good. Probably shouldn't say shatter and lens in the same segment, but you know what I'm talking about. And there's special properties ground into them because it's sunny time, right? Sunny time here in Arkansas. That sun is not to be trifled with. Protects your eyes from sun and light. And they have them for heavy computer use and a whole lot of other reasons. Don't cheat yourself with cheap sunglasses, despite the great ZZ Top song. You want great lenses, great frames, and you want to stand apart. 5901 R Street in the Heights. Go see our friends at Burroughs and Mr. Frank's. And they've got great sunglasses, too.
Fence Brokers presents Razorback Graffiti every Monday with Morning Mayhem. One sentence to let the guys know how you feel about the Razorbacks from Fence Brokers. Going the extra mile.
This is SportsCenter.
The Western Conference Finals continued in the NBA last night with the Oklahoma City Thunder taking Game 5 over the San Antonio Spurs 127-114. It was a slow shooting night for MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but he did his damage from the free throw line to lead all scorers with 32. It was OKC's role players who really made the difference, though, with 20 points each from Alex Caruso and Jared McCain. Game 6 is tomorrow night in San Antonio on NBC. Meanwhile, the Western Conference Finals in the NHL ended last night with the Vegas Golden Knights finishing the sweep of the Colorado Avalanche, taking Game 4 2-1. Vegas awaits the winner of Montreal and Carolina. Game 4 in that series is tonight on TNT, with Carolina leading 2-1. I'm Moose with the Buzz Radio Network.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey folks, this is Mitch Ward, proudly serving the great state of Arkansas with Red River Auto Group for over 20 years. We started as Arkansas's #1 Ram Dodge Chrysler Jeep dealer, but we've also got Ford and Toyota. And I like to think we've got the largest discounts than anybody in the state. But folks, really, if you bring us any reasonable deal right now, we're going to try to put something together. If that means us giving a little too much for your trade or selling ours for just a little too cheap or fighting for the best rate, we're going to make it happen. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Busy Dog Basement Technologies is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for detail.
Looking for a lunch spot that's fast, fun, and won't wreck your wallet? Head to Brewski's Pub and Grub with locations in downtown Little Rock and North Little Rock. The Brewski's Babes are serving up ice-cold drinks, smash burgers, loaded fries, wings, wraps, and more. Fast enough for your lunch break and priced right every day of the week. Escape the office and grab lunch with friends. Brewski's, the spot for good vibes, great food, and quick service. Brewski's Downtown and Brewski's North Little Rock open daily at 11. Brewski's, your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
You're back in the zone, a place filled with sports, fun, knowledge, and sarcasm. Now, let's get back to more of the show in the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson.
Wow, Carson Brumbaugh's ignoring us. Moose is not accepting my text any longer. I mean, we're really falling out here.
I'm
really
here.
falling out.
I'm here for you.
Moose is like I'm doing stuff. Susan's here.
I'm here.
From Willie D's.
Yep.
And we have What the Hell coming up here momentarily. We're going to try to check in with James out at Guatney Chevrolet. And if he can't talk to us, I'll just tell you that it's Military Appreciation Month. And they are helping our friends in the military or veterans, those of you who have served, or family members of military, with the $1,000 rebate on select Chevrolet vehicles. And while you're there, check out the Gas Saver sale. They got deals. What's the Gas Saver sale? I'm going to let James tell you if, in fact, he answers. And we don't have time now. We'll move on. Trex and Trailblazer models. They are really high efficiency. I've got a Trailblazer I'm driving right now. And I'll tell you what, I love the way it looks, I love the way it drives, and I like the space inside. But I love the fact that it gets over 30 miles to the gallon more than anything. They've got big discounts on the Trax and the Trailblazer. You want a little bigger SUV? They've got Equinox starting at $28,336. That's under 30 G's for a brand new SUV from Guatney Chevrolet, taking advantage of all the great opportunities for you and helping you out on your trade. And they also go out and they're getting great deals on pre-owned vehicles, which means good deals for you buying the pre-owned vehicles from said dealer, which is Guatney Chevrolet. Together, let's drive at Guatney Chevrolet. Go see them. It's the James Street exit heading north from the capital city. TP White Drive is where you'll find them. Look for the big, beautiful American flag during this May Military Appreciation Month. It's Guatney Chevrolet.
That's 2 today. I'm going to try not to take it personal.
To what?
Non-answers. That's Carson and James.
Boy, maybe
what's going on here?
It's you.
Yeah.
You ever wonder why somebody avoiding my phone calls? Are they really avoiding? Then you find out the reason why. There's no good reason for them avoiding your phone calls today.
I cannot. You got me stumped now. So we were talking off the air about the horse that Kramer drove when he was doing the little buggy and the horse and buggy deal in Seinfeld. And I cannot remember the horse's name. He fed him beefarino, and the horse got gas, and he was driving Susan's parents around the back, and they are just disgusted because the horse is flatulent.
The horse's name was not Little Jerry Seinfeld.
Thank you,
though.
Ethan. Rusty!
There you go.
Rusty! So good. Anyway, good stuff. All right, back to work. Here we go. It's time for What the Hell. Oop, not that one. Oops, I moved it. And where's the open? That's just the song. Where's the open? Oh, there it is. Duh. Right next to it where it's supposed to be. That's not on you. That's on me, Moose. My bad. He's like, I know.
What the hell, bro? What the hell's going on here?
What the hell's the matter with you?
Okay, Phil and I spent some time talking about this before the show today, and I don't know who came up with this idea, but as somebody who likes to stay in shape but doesn't like to get punched, I would like to do some other version of this. But it is called, and I hope DJ Williams is listening because this is right up his alley. It's called chess boxing. So here's how it works. All right, and there's a gym in Brooklyn, New York, apparently, that's been running these chess boxing events. And it's exactly what you think. You box and you play chess. 90-minute classes, high-intensity cardio, technical ring work, strategic chess training every Sunday. It's $40 for drop-ins and $20 for members. 11 total rounds. 6 rounds of chess, alternating with 5 boxing rounds. Each are 3 minutes long. Contestants start with chess, and when time expires, ding, ding, you get in the ring, and you put on the boxing gloves and go to work. 3 minutes in there, then back on the game board. You win through a knockout, a checkmate, a time forfeit of the chess clock, a resignation in either discipline, or a referee stoppage. I don't think the referees are stopping the chess games.
Brilliant.
It's too big of a blowout.
You can tap out in the chess portion of it.
I've resigned many times.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm like George Costanza, buddy. I was born to give up.
I love this. You gotta break a mental sweat too.
Yes.
This is fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was telling Phil, when I go to the gym in the mornings, I have a routine. I walk on the treadmill uphill, I play a game or two of chess, then I turn it off and I run. And then I go lift.
When are you going to add the getting punched in the face part?
Whenever I don't know, I guess I jump on the apparatus that some other guy wanted, who's bigger than me, or the lady, one of the two.
So how many times can you be punched in the face and still keep your wits to where you can see the board properly?
I think it's good for your mental acuity to put yourself through physical hell, which running or walking uphill for me is tough enough, and still be able to focus mentally on the chess game and not make a mistake.
But what if you see 3 queens and you reach for one of them and you ended up moving
if you're
the
seeing
bishop?
triple, you should probably quit drinking or go
tap
home
out.
because you got hit too hard. That's when you tap out.
Well, but that ends the game, right? You said a knockout will end the game?
Yeah.
So
Or if
you
you're
just sit tight through the chess. If you're bigger, you're just like, I'm going to take my time. And then the second
You've
the-
been punched
the
in
bell
the
rings-
face so many times, your eyes have closed, you can't see the board anymore.
You're really getting ridiculous.
This is how people win.
Feel your way.
I think it's time to add ski jumping and bowling together.
Ski jumping and bowling. That's not a terrible idea. I was thinking about something that would go with checkers, but checkers is too easy.
Crossword puzzle.
Okay, there's a mental acuity piece. What's the physical part?
I don't know.
Bear wrestling.
Let's do Monopoly and baseball at the same time.
Zumba.
Okay. Zumba's hard.
Let's put the slowest game with the slowest game.
Yes.
World War II veteran Henry Heisman officially became the world's oldest wing walker at 98 years old, standing atop a flying aircraft for over 9 minutes at more than 1,000 feet above Duxford Airfield in Cambridge, England on Saturday. A Guinness World Records adjudicator certified the achievement on site. I have dreamed of doing this since I was a young child, and to finally live that dream at 98 years old and to be a Guinness World Records holder is beyond anything I could have ever imagined, he told the Guinness Book of World Records. I mean, at 98, I think he's probably saying, what's the worst that can happen? I fall off and die? I've had 98 years. It's enough already.
Did they say the airspeed?
No, but he was 1,000 feet in the air.
Yeah,
Just think of all the other thrills
Enough
that
to
man's
stay
had in his
airborne.
life.
What?
Huh?
Well, that guy's probably been a thrill seeker his entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And had many very exciting relationships.
Let's go to Scottsbluff, Nebraska. A woman suffered minor arm injuries. What time is it?
47.
About that time. A woman suffered minor arm injuries after she was shot by a shotgun in an accident at a Nebraska convenience store. That's not the story. The story is the perpetrator is a dog. Police responded to reports of gunfire in the parking lot, discovering a truck with door damage and a female bystander struck by shotgun pellets. Investigation revealed that the vehicle owner left a loaded shotgun in the back seat while stepping inside the store. The unintended dog moved around the seats and inadvertently triggered the weapon, firing through the car and hitting the woman who stood several yards away near a traffic signal.
Damn.
The injured woman was hospitalized. Exactly. With minor wounds, no other injuries occurred during the incident.
Now go back in there and give me a steak. I'm not eating that dry stuff anymore.
I told you once. This is pretty interesting. I had a friend who one time, who's celebrating a birthday today, but I won't name names, but you know who he is.
Uh-huh.
He got busted with a boating while drunk.
Uh-oh.
And the other people on the boat were also well above the limit. And so the teenage daughter of one of the people on the boat had to go pick him up from the jail. Anyway, I'll say all that to say this. This reminded me of that. They recently arrested officers in Montgomery County, New York. Arrested 25-year-old Anton Galona May 16th because he was going to pick up a friend who was on DUI charges because when he got there, he also was drunk. He mistakenly drove into a restricted area of the sheriff's facility instead of using the designated public parking area. A deputy approached him and immediately recognized he was hammered and did a field sobriety and then put him in jail next to his buddy. Oops. That's a good rule of thumb again. Don't pick up your friends who are drunk if you're drunk. Unless you go over there in an Uber.
I will be giving my son his first driving lesson after the show today.
I thought there was a drunk story here. I'm so disappointed.
No. I don't go through those situations too often where I need somebody to pick me up ever. But yeah, I think there's a parking lot not too far down the street from here where we're going to start today.
How old is he?
He just turned 14.
Okay.
Let me get out of the vicinity first. Last but not least, another drunk story that's from Indiana. Harrison County authorities detained a man Tuesday after conservation. I wanted to say conversation. Conservation Officers discovered him performing dance moves on a street while possessing an eastern box turtle. Apparently that's a no-no in Indiana. The Department of Natural Resources confirmed the arrest, stating the individual also carried meth and related paraphernalia. I think we've got to the crux of the issue here. Officials emphasize that capturing eastern box turtles violates state regulations. They are long-lived, slow to mature, and have few offspring per year. Leave me out of this. And they may not be collected from the wild, according to the DNR. The suspect faces drug-related charges and remains in custody. Conservation officers safely released the uninjured turtle. Aye, no harm, no foul, the turtle said.
I had a turtle in my backyard today, just kind of sitting there. Don't touch those things when you see them.
Is
Just
it a
leave 'em.
Western non-box turtle? Because those are, you can do whatever you want
I couldn't
to.
detect which direction he came from. I'm not sure.
My uncle could smell turtles. Like, he'd be like, there's a turtle around. He smelled them. It's like, that's some weird superpower.
He probably had a very tuned nose to everything.
He could smell turtles.
Susan, I wish we had time to delve deeper into that, but
I have questions.
We don't. I bet your uncle can smell what's cooking up at Cash right now, too, then. Cash is fantastic, and whatever they're cooking up, you know it's going to smell amazing, and we're due for a dinner there to celebrate our greatness. Listen, that's what we're supposed to do. When you get done with baseball, hopefully at the end of the College World Series, after the Hogs claim their first championship, we're going to go to Cash and celebrate.
Like a month from now.
Dinner on Moose. 501-850-0265. I bet if you put a good word in with our friends over there, they'd probably hook you up on a deal.
Okay.
Free apps from Rush. CashLittleRock.com. C-A-C-H-E, LittleRock.com. I love Cash. You'll love Cash. We all should love Cash. It's fantastic. Right in the heart of the River Market. Now, when those horses walk through the River Market, you can see them from above in that cool little area upstairs. It's a patio up top. And if you're having a special event, it's a great spot. 501-850-0265. Call ahead and get set up and get your date locked in on the calendar, and they'll help walk you through the whole process. What do you want for food? What do you want for drinks? How many people? The whole thing. It's quite beautiful. They do a great job. And it's a great spot for lunch or dinner, and they have free valet parking in the evening time. It's a one spot. It's an Arkansas treasure. It is Cash in downtown.
If I were you, I'd take precaution. We got the big deals at the Big Rock.
Arkansas is a Jeep state.
I've been selling Jeeps to people in this great state for 40 years.
So you've seen a lot then.
I'll tell you what I've never seen before is these great deals we got at Chris Crane Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Benton.
That's right. Jeep Wranglers start at $34,950. The fuel-efficient Compass, $399 a month, and the all-new Cherokee, $499 a month.
Come save thousands at Chris Crane Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Alcoa Road in Benton.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern born and raised and Arkansas based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is now available right here in Arkansas. This is your reminder to check in daily with FanDuel because every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is serving up a happy hour you absolutely do not want to miss. We're talking all the special drops you could ever want to see. FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports. From profit boosts to bonus bets and so much more. Check for a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs and don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the NBA action. FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports and the NBA here in Arkansas. Head to FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started. 21 plus and present in Arkansas. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, legal requirements, and max wager amounts. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket.
Paid for by Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
It's time to ride the waves and make new ones on your new Sea-Doo at your local Bradford Marine and ATV Sea-Doo location. Feel the rush from your new Sea-Doo personal watercraft. Want a deal? Then try the high-octane 2025 Sea-Doo RXTX, a 325 horsepower rocket on the water. Hurry, only a few 2025s remain with up to $4,000 in discounts. Hit the water on your new Sea-Doo. Buy today, ride today, have fun today. Only at your local Bradford Marine and ATV Sea-Doo location.
Welcome back to The Zone, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio with your hosts, Justin Acri and Phil Elson.
They're entertainers.
They're also heroes.
Those guys are ballers, Joe.
On the Buzz Radio Network.
Already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they will see the sun? Just remember when you come up, the show goes on.
I'm going to ask a very amateurish question. Moose, is this our last segment?
Sure is, brother.
Well, that makes things better. We should be seeing Wes anytime. We need to get to what's on tap, but I need to mention our friends at FanDuel again one more time. Again, if you want to wager on the game tomorrow or any of the softball, baseball this weekend, FanDuel is obviously working with our friends over at Oaklawn Sports. FanDuel.com/Arkansas. They've got the happy hour going on when it comes to the NBA. But anything you want to wager on sports related, and we're going to be big on the baseball this week. I haven't seen a line on the Arkansas game yet, but there will be one, I am quite sure, with our friends at FanDuel and Oaklawn Sports. But right now, they got the NBA they're really focused on, and they've got great parlays going on, more ways to build and value, make more value every time. Stack your picks, and again, a little bit of money, a lot of payout. That's what's cool about it. If you're betting same-game parlays, do them on FanDuel in partnership with Oaklawn Race Casino Resort. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started. They are an official partner of the NBA and Oaklawn Racing Casino Resorts. All right, let's check in on that.
What's on tap? Highlighting the biggest sporting events each day is brought to you by Flyway Brewing, with locations in Argenta, Breckenridge Village, Memphis, and Fayetteville. For more info, go to flywaybrewing.com. Fresh beer starts there. Follow the migration.
All right, today is the 27th. By the way, we will be at Flyway Friday getting you set for Trojan Baseball at 1 o'clock. Travelers tonight on Buzz 2 starting at 6:20. With the pregame show, and we've also got Trey's podcast tonight at 5:30. Before that, on Buzz 2 from the Shortgrass, and he's talking to the South Carolina golf coach, I believe. Last thing here, from a TV standpoint, French Open continues 1 o'clock on TNT, True TV, HBO Max. If you want to watch that, we give you all fun facts from the French Open earlier today. College tournament continues today on the Golf Channel. We don't care as much because, well, as Wes can tell you, Arkansas got bounced yesterday, unfortunately. Tomorrow's a much better day in the world of sports. There are a couple WNBA games and some Major League Baseball as well. That is what's on tap from our friends at Flyway. Wes, what's up?
All right, coming up at 1:30, we got Stephen Davis, the voice of the Travelers. He'll also tell us about the Kansas Jayhawks. 2:10, Kyle Sutherland with a College World Series preview of the softball games. And at 2:30, Kevin Bohannon talking about the Arkansas Lawrence Regional.
Question of the day, Arkansas wins the College World Series for the women in softball, or the men make the World Series in Omaha? More
That's
likely.
A good question. I go with the guys, go to Omaha.
Okay. Phil likes that answer.
Okay, now the real sports talk show is about to begin. Stay tuned for Out of Bounds on KABZ Little Rock.
Floyd Seafood on Kill Avenue in Sherwood has live Louisiana crawfish. Place your orders by 2 p.m. Thursday for weekend boils. Floyd's also has a store full of Cajun goodies. Floyd Seafood in Sherwood, your homesick Cajun headquarters for live crawfish. Order by 2 p.m. Thursday.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Auto Group, and I'm working today. And today, as always, we're fighting where other dealers are advertising online prices that they actually don't give. You walk in the store, they're at $1,900, $2,900, or they're saying you don't qualify for this rebate or that rebate. And of course, we have to explain that to the customers. It had me thinking, they're probably explaining to their customers that we do the same thing, but we do not. Whatever you see online at redriverautogroup.com will be the price you get. Check us out, redriverautogroup.com.